Ahoy, and welcome everybody. Welcome to Horizon's Call. Welcome back to Horizon's Call. Hopefully, it's welcome back. But if it is welcome the first time, hey, we're glad to have you here. This is Horizon's Call. This is our 5 season at least ongoing nautical campaign that started out with the hopes of 12 episodes and has grown so much more since then. I'm Derek Sword. I use he him pronouns. I am your GM, your guiding compass for this particular game, and I'm joined as always by these very lovely individuals that you see around. I am going to have them say more about themselves, and we can find more of them probably at the end, but more about their characters here in just a moment. But before that, I do want to say that this is a Sword and Key production. You can find all of Sword and Key stuff at beacons.ai/Sword and Key. All of our links are on that Beacons list there. You can see our socials. It's Instagram and BlueSky. Our Discord. It's a great place to hang out, chat with cool folks about cool games, maybe like this one. Also, to that note, to our socials and to our Discord, we have a casting call that is open right now. Don't wait if you've ever want to play a game on our channel, especially if that game is Monster Hearts 2. We have an application open for that game in particular, and you can throw your hat into that particular ring. So we would love to see your name on that application. It is a Google form link, and it's posted to our beacons, it's posted to our socials, and it's posted to our Discord. Discord is always going to be the best place to see that first, but it has been a couple of days, so it is posted everywhere else right now. Other stuff on our beacons, you can see links to our charitable organizations. Right now, we just have our evergreen ones up. We will have some other charitable organization campaigns in the near future here, but right now the big ones that we support year-round are Palestine Children's Relief Fund and Canine Companions for Independence. We do, however, for this game have a pally because all of the people here work very hard on a number of things for this game. So I need to make sure there's a spider like right in front of the camera. Hi, bud. You're getting rehomed.
This is
There
not
you
the
go.
first time we've done this.
No, it's not.
This
It
is
just
like, I
happened.
want to say the third or fourth.
I need folks that aren't in the Pacific Northwest to remember that there is in fact a smoke season and a spider season, and they're kind of meshing right now
Yeah,
because
they
there's
are.
both smoke and spiders,
don't
which
like
I
it.
need to make a stat block for smoke spiders now. So let me write
Absolutely.
that down.
Yeah, thank you.
Important question. When is spider season exactly?
Now.
You're in.
When
Yeah,
does
it's
it
just
when does
whatever.
it end?
Through probably
It
end
is
of
right now.
October.
Oh,
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
good. Okay.
It's right between the end of the sun, the beginning of the
Mhm.
rain, and right before the snow, and that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Good.
That's Washington. Those are our 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those
So-
smoke spiders definitely need to be like a subsection of phase spiders.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
like Shadowfell spiders, something like
Yeah.
that.
God,
Anyway,
I'm going
this-
to the
this is a little guy.
Shadowfell. Everyone stop talking.
They
The
just
little guy
bamf.
doing his best. It was just like right in front of the camera lens. I just want to make sure. Anyway, where was I? Who fuck knows? You can find the Pally link to tip this wonderful cast. Pally is a wonderful tool that evenly distributes anything you are generous and able enough to tip. It doesn't have the middleman of Twitch. We always appreciate the Twitch stuff. But until Sword and Key breaks even on what we get from Twitch, which we never expect to, we try to support our players in another fashion. And there are incentives built in so you can spice up our game with a variety of really cool, fun things. So if you got a couple extra bucks sitting around and you like what we do, we even love what we do, consider throwing a few bucks our way. It's very much appreciated. Other things on the beacons can wait till the very end. That is the main stuff. Let's go ahead and go around and have these lovely people say more about themselves. Mare, if you don't mind starting us out.
Hi, I'm Mare. I use they, she pronouns, and I play Acacia, who uses she, her pronouns. Your soul knife centaur druid person who is wanting to get out of port as soon as possible, please.
That's fair. Port is anytime you all anchor anywhere near land, things get weird.
This
But
one's
yeah,
just bad.
this port has some weirdness to it. You know, it's it can be rough times out there when you're far away from home. Speaking of weird choices in port, we have Eva.
I don't know what that means.
You wouldn't, would you?
Hi, hello. My name is Eva. My pronouns are she, her, and today I am playing Winnie, also she, her. She is a sea elf alchemical artificer, and she is joined
Fantastic.
by her little homunculus, were Sharkman, little Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm. I don't think we ever did have a scene because Winnie did respec a little bit, a number of episodes go into partial bard, and then kind of drop the bard levels. We should have had a scene of Winnie like breaking an instrument over her knee to really emphasize like giving
she
up.
still has it. She still plays.
Okay, well, I need some sort of like, this is just not the life for me. Like, you got to get rid of those levels somehow.
Okay,
and
you
have
want
you have to be the gifted kid that
Fine.
isn't instantly good at
Fine.
something. So
You know what it is? She's on a 3-way like call with her mums somehow. Like, it's just like a 3-way sending, and they're just like, you never practice. Why don't you practice?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And then it's
you've
just
had
Winnie
the fiddle
looking
for so
over
long.
to her hobby closet, which is just like
Yeah.
stuffed to the brim with all the things that she's tried for 3 days, and then
Yeah, and
how's
then
a character
she's
bleed treating you?
and then she's
they
just like
calling you
hyper
out like
fixated
that?
on the alchemy. So it's
Yeah, it'll whatever brings the good brain chemicals. Next up we have Mikyl.
Hi, fam. I'm Mikyl, he, him pronouns. I am playing Proximus, your Triton Shadow Sorcerer, Oath of the Infinite Seas Paladin.
And a special thank you to Mikyl, as always, for the artwork that you see on the screen, as well as in all of our promotional materials. We're very appreciative to Mikyl. Even the map that you can see when we do have our overall world map up. That is all
You drew
Mykyl's
that,
doing.
Derek.
I drew it by hand, and then you made it something that actually was like presentable. So I drew it with pencil. Went, oh no, make something out of these blobs. And you're like, oh, like depth and like, oh, I'll put like little shorelines around them. Oh, like this little blob. That's absolutely something. Like I got that back and went, holy shit! Like this is actually a thing now. It's not just nonsensical. No, it's absolutely incredible. Next up, we have Kaila.
Hi, hello, my name is Kayla. I use she, her pronouns. I play our Siren Storm Sorcerer Scarlett Shores, who also uses she, her pronouns, and is here for a good time, not a long time.
Wait, what?
5 years in, not a long time.
So,
And then we have lovely Jenn.
Hi, I'm Jenn, she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Kallista, also she, her, the Tiefling Tempest Cleric, who's covering a wide emotional spectrum right now, and that's matching Jen's anger at my mic that keeps changing. So I'm sorry that I got quiet in the middle of talking about that, and I'm going to figure out why it keeps auto-adjusting.
You're doing
We've
great.
we've determined in other games that Zoom does it it's at fault and it's transphobic.
Oh yeah, no, I know I know it's either Zoom or it's Discord or it's the captions. So something updated somewhere, and I just need to figure out what it is.
It's nice we have variables. It's worse when we don't.
Yeah, all the
special thank
software
you.
is fighting each other.
Absolutely. Special thank you to Jenn for being the wonderful person behind Long Dog Dice. I didn't really talk about our affiliates, which is the one thing I forgot. But I will talk about Long Dog Dice because you can use code Sword and Key for 10% off your first purchase. And if you're feeling so inclined, you can actually pre-order Horizon's Call Dice. The D6 will, in fact, as Mikyl is wonderfully illustrating there, has the option to have the Sword and Key logo on the 6th side. The D20 can also have the Long Dog Dice logo. So check all that out. And
A bunch of new
use the-
stuff also went up yesterday.
and a
I'm
bunch of new stuff just went up
salivating.
yesterday.
Like a whole
So-
bunch of new stuff.
So yeah, Jen's been working
shit.
overtime on all of that. So yeah, check all of that out. And we have other affiliates too. Check out the beacons. There'll also be an ad reel at the halfway mark. So yeah, with that said, I'm going to hand things off to our recap person, and I don't remember who that is.
It's
so
me.
It's
So
Jenn. Take it away.
I just watched it happen. I don't know which thing is overriding. Okay, this is gonna be so fun. I'm so excited. I'm watching it change in real time. This is great. I love it. Okay. I'm begging you. Stay. Okay, last week, I guess last time, 2 weeks ago, we all had an energy. Which started out with Acacia apologizing to Proximus and Winnie for bringing Panveer on board without telling them. And that kind of snowballed into Winnie and Acacia having a bit of a tense conversation about the manner in which Acacia called Scarlett out for her being a big old meanie recently. Winnie bought a crab as a pet import, because why not? And then went to a bar and started doing shots with it because she did her chaos tonic and forgot the last 4 days. So as far as she knows, she's just in a town by herself. That was good. Let's see. Conveniently, Scarlett and Proximus also end up at the same bar with most of the other officers to have some drinks and let off some steam, given the recent stresses of stuff. A representative of the sailors that Rollin sent to help with all of our extra ships met them there, which was great. Gave Scarlett a key and a note about going to the Colossus vaults to get the gold he had promised being able to give us for helping with repairs. Kallista went off to go get her very cool tattoo that looks very neat and does a mystery thing, and that was a totally normal situation going there after getting, in hindsight, a terrible recommendation from a devil, I guess an Aaron, yes, that she had worked with before in Dis. Drinks are going really well. Proximus drunk dials Kallista on the shell phone pretty much. And when she won't tell him where she is, he scries on her secretly, which everyone's going to have feelings about at a later time. He's so upset. He's so upset all over again. I love it so much. Let's see. Let's do... I'm still fighting with all my buttons. Acacia went out into town to try to gather some intel. Also bought some toys for little Jeffrey from my new favorite NPC, Bart. So shout out to Bart. She finds some updated wanted posters for everybody, including one for Rollin, where he's got a much higher bounty than Scarlett does. So that's mildly concerning. Let's see. Everyone ended up back at the bar. Kallista post tattoo, very drunk Proximus, very drunk Connery. And we drunk walked their asses back to the ship long enough for Kallista and Scarlett to go to the vaults to go get the gold and then also go have a meeting with the Aaron Yes, who is the representative of Raja Bakshura, where they kind of made a little bit of a deal to help handle the Paimon situation. And Scarlett is at least the one aware now of the fact that Kallista's Warhammer can make soul coins. And that's, I think, a recap with probably varying levels of volume. I'm so sorry. Why are you doing this?
I didn't actually notice that many fluctuations.
It's because I was turning it the whole time.
Yeah, I saw you
like a
in
DJ.
real time.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you did great.
Thank you. I'm glad to know it was mildly successful. I'm going to figure out which program is overriding this. Start with literally anyone else.
I always when I see DJs like turn on the knobs and everything, I'm like, you're not actually doing anything. That doesn't. I don't notice it. That's just, it's all
Can you bump
pre-recorded
up your volume a bit, Derek?
I can. Literally nothing changed for me, so this is great. This is also my microphone. Hopefully that's better. If I need to go up more, let me know.
Let's just take a quick moment. Everyone in the call, double check that Zoom is pulling your primary mic, Google Meet your secondary mic, and that you have the musician setting on, and that Zoom is...
We want the musicians sound? We want them?
Yeah, it usually has the...
What is... Send
I'm
me a
not
message.
gonna
What are you
touch
talking
mine because
You're
I don't think
fine.
I haven't had problems, so I'm not gonna
I'm clearly
touch
not
it.
fine, so I'm looking at
Yeah,
everything.
it's what fixed Anik's issue, so...
Okay.
Meets was pulling from my other mic, so hopefully that's better. Is that better? Michael says yes. Eva's
Michael
face
says yes. I don't know why.
I say yes to everything, though.
Great. Okay, that's
Yes, man.
How's that? If I go any further, I'm going to max it out. Is that any
That
You
sounds
sound
better.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, let's start not with Jenn. Let's pick up pretty much right around Scarlett and Kallista have left the Colossus vaults. They have a wagon along with some of the guards that have been provided by the Colossus vaults. While in town, you have seen Imperials, you have seen some of the town's guard, but these guys are different. These are like hired, not even like mercenaries, because they are fully employed. These are like privatized soldiers of the Colossus Bank. They wear armor that appears like somewhat golden in nature. There's like scale mail and plate mail that's incorporated, full face mask helmets. All of them are carrying glaives as well as short swords and shields. They march in a proper formation around the wagon, which is pulled by a couple of horses and one of the bank employees, and with a cage cover around the multiple bars of gold that you have loaded onto this thing, as well as a canvas cover atop that. You feel rather secure in your particular investment. Where are you bringing all of this to the ship at port? There's a question for Scarlett and Kallista.
It's a question for Scarlett because we're not starting with Kallista.
Correct.
Yes. Fuck. I don't know. You're asking me hard questions already.
I guess where else might you take it? If not the ship. So it would be my next question. Or is there any other way you
there
would
is
like to...
the only option of the ship, and by most importantly, it is going in Connery's captain's quarters.
Okay.
If
All right,
anyone touches it, they're gonna lose a hand.
Yeah. In that case, with the guards, basically the Colossus guards, closing off the dock, at least that stretch, that pier that leads out to your ship, they stand four in two lines, and then have additional guards that are going to bring the bars in armloads and bring them into Connery's quarters. Mayor, what's up?
Does this mean that they are encountering drunk Connery?
Yeah, Connery is, as they open the door, on the floor, and he just looks up at them and he's like, "It's not how I thought it was gonna end, but I suppose I assumed I'd be drunk. All right." And he puts up a paw and just kind of swats at him and falls back asleep. And they just step over his unconscious form and start loading up this like almost like brick wall of gold bars.
It'd be really weird for him to wake up to.
Entomb him in the gold bars.
What have I done?
My little lights aren't dancing anymore, so I think I might be good. We'll try it.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know where else it would go other than the ship, so I am on board with that plan.
Jeez.
The only other option I could have thought of was going right to the dry dock for repairs.
Oh, I'm not putting that ship in dry dock.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, you also don't have a dry dock necessarily
Secured
picked out.
yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
No, if we can just do the repairs that are make to and will do and are not pretty, yes, I would rather not put the ships in dry dock.
Yeah.
It does not feel safe here at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we get back to the ship, we make sure all that happens. And at this point, I've already had an exciting time. I am not going to plan on leaving the ship again until we leave port. So I can make sure that I am here to help guard that stuff after it's all done, and starting tomorrow and whatever. So the my view is I'm just gonna go check and make sure Proximus is still breathing. Put some water and a chunk of bread on the table. Put a little bucket next to him on the floor, and then I'm gonna go lay down and stare at the
You
ceiling
mean-
until I fall asleep.
Wait, where did you put Proximus?
He's in my quarters.
Okay.
I tucked him into my bed.
You did not put him in his closet. Okay.
No,
that's what
I didn't.
wanted
I
to
didn't
make
want him
sure.
to sleep in his closet like this. So he's tucked in with the Mama Maddie blanket and has water and a piece of bread, and I am gonna just lay down in a bedroll on the floor. As not like I imagine that the room is very big, but making sure there's enough space to be able to like get out.
Yeah, big enough for a bed, big enough for a bedroll to lie down, for sure.
Yeah. I think about putting something in front of the door after Winnie's unhinged "Do you lock your doors?" comment, but I figured for right now, maybe I just like put when I get my armor off, it's heavy, and I just put that against the door. Proximus is strong enough; he can move it in the morning. It's if he wakes up before me, it's fine.
Okay. So Kallista is going to rest and guard as best as possible. Proximus still unconscious for the moment. Connery's still unconscious. Before we cut over to Winnie back at the bar, anything that Scarlett would be doing on the ship?
Not necessarily. She's gonna hang out and probably sleep on the top deck.
Okay. Yeah,
Outside
it
is
is.
nice.
It is. I mean, it definitely smells like rotten fish. It's very, dense in this area, but also like I think low tide is maybe not the most offensive smell to a siren. Um, yeah, there's the soft, caw of gulls ahead, and you can hear the bells of ships and all of the, dock workers kind of moving about. But we're getting a bit later in the day, so any ships that might be coming in or going out are kind of like finishing that process at this point. With that, then let's cut back to Winnie. Winnie, you are in the tavern along with your Sahuagin friend, and yeah, it's you all have kind of been left alone a little bit. You still have your the captains, the crew that have been sent by Rollin. Many of them are staying at this particular tavern. Anything that you might like to do? Eva?
I'm sorry, I blue screened. Going to make sure that little Jeffrey's head is just close that lid. Vilkis, it's sure good to see you. Do you have like a legally mandated break time coming up soon? Are you part of a union? Have you considered unionizing?
Winnie, we've had this conversation several times, and I keep telling you that, well, we don't need to have it again. Sahuagin are weird about unions. We tend to, when we unionize, we also, things get bitey. It's like it quickly turns into a sort of feeding frenzy sort of deal. It's blood in the water sort of deal.
I can see how that might kind of distract from your ultimate goal.
No. But yes, I can have someone else take over here. I have found good employment here at the bigger boat. And you look around and again, see that this tavern, the bigger boat, wall to wall covered in shark jaws. Just, small ones, big ones. Behind the bar, like megalodon-sized jaws that some of the teeth are actually holding bottles behind the bar as well. And he takes off his apron with all four arms and kind of whistles over for a half elf that then takes his spot, and he much larger than you. Again, this is a large four-armed Sahuagin,
And I'm
this would otherwise be like itty bitty Winnie. He grabs a couple of red drinks, and pulls up a chair at a table a little bit far away from the door. I have to say, you've looked better, is what they'll say. You look a little out of sorts.
It's the
have troubles
trauma and
not-
the stress.
Sure. Has travel not been kind to you then?
I mean, I'm still standing, so really kindness is more than I could really ask for. But yeah, I mean, we've been through some stuff, we
Yes,
hit...
you have an interesting group of companions. Are they always that wild when they come to port?
I'm not gonna lie to you, you're my best friend. Yeah.
I'm your best friend? I think you say that to everyone.
I do, but because everybody's a really good friend, but you're like my actual best friend. That I'm not,
We've tried to kill each
sleeping
other
with.
at least 5 times.
Yeah, what are best friends for? You keep me on my toes.
Every time I think you would not fit in well in Sahuagin culture, you say something like that, and you prove me wrong.
See, this is why it's silly that our people are fighting. silly's not quite the right word. That's also a little bit of the trauma. But
You have no idea.
is there something new? I haven't really heard anything recently.
Let me put it this way: I am not putting my webbed toes in the sand. I am not working at this bar for the benefits. This is not this is not what I would choose to be doing. I am just
It's
not
not bad. It's
not.
a pretty nice bar.
It's fine. It's
It's fine.
food work, you know, and sailors can get a little, rowdy every now and then, and I've had worse jobs. I will say that, but I am all as much as I would love to breathe in the salt water. I am not super eager to get my fins wet these days, especially not in the mid seas. Things are getting unpleasant.
Unpleasant. How? Like algae blooms, or like the war is heating up, or the other war is heating up. Oh God, is there a third war?
There are as many wars as people want there to be, Winnie. But the one that has most affected me has been the war that you mentioned before with our peoples. I was recently conscripted into the Leviathan Horde.
No.
I am a what they would call deserter, and so I have found my way to Lordfall in the hopes of hiding from anyone that would otherwise return me to service or worse. I didn't exactly subscribe to their doctrine.
No, you never really have.
Not much of a killer, more of a what was the term you called yourself?
Explorer.
Treasure hunt. Sure. Yes. I always liked Tomb Raider, personally.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's where I got the shorts from. If you ever need a change of scenery, I have somewhere you could go. I don't know as it's necessarily any safer than here, but it's got a few less type people.
Okay. Where is this this other place? You have a community now? What are you?
We have kind of an island type thing.
Oh,
Are we like dead smack in the center of the bar, or should I like look around and like
you're off in the corner. You're far
We're
enough and away from
Aragorning
the
it?
door. Not fully Aragorning it. You don't have like the hood down and the boots kicked
we're
up.
not being obvious
you know.
about it? We're just
It's loud enough in this bar, and the two of you are kind of like leaning across this relatively small table. He's got, his two lower arms and then his two upper arms kind of like where he can get a little bit closer. Again, big fishy shark mouth and absolute smell of low tide on him. But you are close enough to be whispering for the most part.
okay. Okay, you know where Hill Home is?
No.
Yeah, it's like just right there, but like over a little bit. I'll
Yes, over the cardinal direction of over.
yeah, west a little bit. I'll draw you a little map.
And what you are saying? I should go and
I'm saying if you want a place to lay low that would appreciate you and like, be not quite so close to the mid seas, like it's further away. And we're building a library. And you can go in the
Oh.
water sometimes. There's like a whole little
sometimes.
I mean, you could go in the water all the time if you wanted to, but we've got like a whole little underwater town part thing. Well, it's sort of like a couple buildings, a couple houses, but like it's getting better.
What is the name of your little community?
It's Ascension Island.
Never heard of it.
That's good. We're trying to keep it that way.
Fair enough. I will probably lay low here and let the waters cool off a little bit before I go back to swimming, but I will look up your Ascension Island.
I could also see if we could like pick you up on our way back if you wanted. If we're coming back this way, which depends on how we leave here, honestly.
No guarantees I will still be here.
No guarantees. Well, we get in a lot of trouble, I'm gonna be honest.
It seems like it. Also, Lordfall is not the most copacetic of cities. It does not have much to offer, I think, for a kind person like you, especially one who seems to be carrying so much trauma. This place is...
You gave me a crab.
They gave you a crab?
I guess I bought a crab.
Okay.
But it's a net benefit if you ask me. I don't know what I'm gonna do with
people
them,
give you
though.
crabs, that shouldn't be something you celebrate.
Singular. Yeah, no, I learned my lesson on the other one.
Did you?
There was a misunderstanding. We got it sorted. Yeah, Constance wasn't pleased when I pulled out just like a little handful of... Anyway,
Sure you want to make that one canon?
that she handed Constance a little handful of crustaceans? Sure. Yeah, I'll make that canon.
Constance's face is when he goes, I got crabs again.
Just starts emptying her pockets.
Yeah, here they are.
Is there, there seems to be a lot of, like, big sea game hunting going on around here.
Sure. Mid-seas are rife for sea monsters of all kinds. This is one of the main trades of Lordfall. Sea monster hunters, grand fishermen, netcasters, whatever they like to call themselves. They see Lordfall as a place of profit. You know, you can go out to sea and bring back a few tons of bass or silverfish or perhaps even crustaceans. Or you can go out and you can snag one big prize and haul that sucker in, and then you don't have to worry about money for the year.
If you survive, some of those things are pretty big.
Well, like I said, you don't have to worry about money for the year. Some people are willing to take that risk. Gambling with your life is still gambling, and some people don't know when to step away from the table.
Vilkis,
Winnie?
do you know anything about, like, your, like, Sahawag and, like, curse poison type things? My brother got kind of in, like, a little spot of trouble, and, like, now his arm's, like, turning black and falling off, and I'm pretty sure, Eva's pretty sure, that was a Sahawagan thing, and not a...
It was not. If I
Fuck.
can correct you on that, is an eel folk thing.
Eel folk, goddammit.
They were along with the Sahawag.
Yeah, okay,
But that was an eel folk attack. That was an eel folk Stormbringer, whatever their like priests are called.
Yeah, I
That's
guess I'll
what they
keep my
attributed
question,
to.
but I will adjust the phrasing. Are you familiar with the eel folk, like, fucked up curse poison type stuffs?
Oh, I have certainly heard of some of their more nasty invocations that they can place on people, but have never experienced one personally myself.
That's good, I don't recommend it.
Eel folk are hard to be around. Every time they get angry, they make things very not nice around them. And I mean, Sokola helped you to kill one of them, and they just and make everything bad. So
Well, that's tricky. Okay. Do you know, like, where in the mid-seas things are kind of heating up with, like, the Horde and whatnot, by any chance?
they have been moving from the south. They have been heading north. I overheard that they were spotted off the coast of Pharos. They seem to be going to whatever lies in the middle. But no, I was not given battle plans. I was told that we were supposed to be mobilizing and moving to a some sort of stationary point, making a sort of camp and waiting for orders. But rumor in the camp said that there was some sort of Triton kingdom or something or other, but I don't know of any of those in the mid-seas. But supposedly we were to wait and see. But again, I was conscripted. I was a grunt. They were not. That was only rumors that I heard.
Do you, would you happen to know of anyone around here who might know, a little bit more, who'd be willing to talk about it?
I am probably the one who knows most. I was with the army for a decent bit before I was able to break off. But I think all you're going to get around here are big fish stories.
No, that makes sense.
Anybody who runs across them, I don't think is going to return to tell the tale. We were also given the freedom to sink and eat any ships that we might see.
Good to know. Do you know if you were supposed to be, like, allying, probably with
Aligning oneself?
Yeah, I was using a word that didn't have an N in it, but that also works. With the
Creating an
Tritons-
alliance. I
Becoming
believe that
allies
was
was sort of the word I was going with, but
for sure.
yeah.
I believe that was the wait and see part. Most Tritons have aligned themselves against the Leviathan Horde, but again, rumors said that the Nalos, that's at least the term that was thrown around, and again, not one I recognized, but that these Triton peoples were different, cut off in a way, and that they might come to see our way of thinking. And if they didn't, then we would be there to solve that problem.
I think it's really good you got out when you did, because that
I agree.
was gonna go really bad, one way or another. Okay. Well, don't be a stranger. Let me know where you end up if you can, and you're always welcome. At our island. Just tell them Winnie sent you.
I will do that, and I will try to make our parting this time not one where I am stabbed 1,000 times.
Yeah, that was not ideal.
Hey, but did I die?
Nope. You're pretty good at not dying.
So far.
So keep it that way. I should probably get back to the ships before.
Don't stay in port any longer than you need to. Get out of Lorefall and go somewhat nicer. The mid-seas are, again, not friendly.
We got some
right
pretty
now.
beat up ships we need to take care of, so we can't really speed away anytime super soon. Do you
All
know,
of the-
like, any
All
on
of the
the...
dry docks, all of the shipwrights are to the north, past the city limits. They don't really want a lot of that noisy business. It's bad enough the way it smells. They don't really want the sensory overload of also all of the hammering and everything else happening at the same time.
Yeah, with all these sea monster parts like drying in the sun, I can sure imagine why they don't want any like fresh wood smells like cluttering that up. Do you know any like friendly ones that you would recommend? It's okay if you don't. I just figure like
I don't.
help
I'm sorry.
a
I'm not
friend.
much of a sailor personally. I can move myself through the ocean, and I've never really been too fond of standing on trees in the ocean. It's never felt natural.
No, but you're a good talker. Like, I don't know, maybe you met someone at the bar and you were like, oh, you fix ships? Cool. I serve beer or whatever. But it's okay if you don't.
No names that I could particularly give you that wouldn't gouge prices these days.
Bastards.
Okay. The drinks are on me, Winnie,
Thank
and
you.
for your crew.
Oh, thank you.
Just be safe and leave.
I can do that. One last question. Do you know of anywhere that is crab friendly where I could leave this little guy? I think I'm going to be yelled at if I bring him on the ship. And little Jeffrey might try and eat him.
Winnie, why did you get a pet that you can't take care of?
I was just trying to save him from his fate. He seemed really nice. He's a good little crab. I guess I could just walk him down to the beach. But he's a king crab, and this doesn't really feel like king crab, like, waters.
I have a tank. Does he have a name?
He does.
What is his name?
I love that you're asking that. His name is, in my notes. I have it.
To be fair, you gave him 3 different names over
I-
the course of so good luck.
I know. No, that is valid. It is Clancy Fancy Pants. I just call him Clancy.
Okay. Oh. He leans down. Is the crab on the table? Is the crab
Of
with us in the
course.
room right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Leans down towards the crab and kind of like stretches his shark mouth a little bit and goes, this very unpleasant sounding kind of like clacking noise. And he goes, I have learned to speak with the hominids. It is a dialect of crustacean. But, I've told him hello, Clarence. My name is Vilkis, and I am going to be your caretaker for the persistence of your life, however long it may be. I have a tank. Would you like to come with me? And he has said snip snip yes. So I believe we are copacetic.
Well, that kind of works great for me. He seems kind of young, so you've probably got like 20, 25 years left with him.
Potentially longer than that. Let's see how long it takes for his shell to compress in on his body as he continues to grow. And the crab just turns towards you, and I know that you can kind of converse a little bit with sea creatures. And
I get the vibe.
the crab just turns and waves and goes snip snip, snip snip, clack clack clack, snip snip, clack clack. And essentially what you're picking up on is the void may stare at you, but never stare back. Never let the existentialism keep you down. Be better. Thank you for our time together. I will never forget you. I will see you on the other side.
Peace out, little homie.
And the crab does little crab claw peace sign. Which I guess it always does a peace sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, really tough for crabs. They can only do rock or I guess paper or scissors. Or rock or paper?
They can lay their claw down. Paper.
No, they always
Well,
kind
which
of
one
have
would be
their...
rock then? They have
their-
two scissors?
Paper, rock, scissors.
Oh, I see. So it'd have
Yeah,
to be
they can lay their
okay.
claw flat.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
like rotating there. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, glad we solved that.
That's what we do.
Hey, Vilkas, do you have like a little back room or like a bathroom here somewhere?
Yes, back hallway.
Cool. I'm gonna borrow it for a second, and I will see you later, I hope.
Is that the ocean pun?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if
Yes,
I don't, take them with you. Take them down with you. I mean, like, if I don't see you because one of us dies, like, take them down with you. Anyway, okay. Love you, bye!
Okay, gulf you later.
And then Winnie is just gonna disappear into the room and come back out as a...
Yeah, there's 3 doors. There's one that has like the traditional like humanoid mask presenting symbol on it. There's one that has a humanoid femme presenting symbol on it, and then there's one that is actually 4 doors. One that has a fishy lower half, and then humanoid upper half, and then one has a fishy upper half, humanoid lower half.
Perfect. I really
And
thought
then
this was
one
gonna
that
be like
just-
a Gulls and Buoys.
That would have been good too. There's actually a 5th one. It just says whatever. Who cares?
Winnie's gonna dip into whatever, who cares, and come back out as a... I don't know, half-elf man, I think, in like moderate sailor gear, and then head back to the docks.
Okay. While heading back to the docks, Acacia, what are you up to?
Acacia was there watching like all of the bars of gold being dropped off in Connery's.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she's just watching in amusement as that happens, but she's not really doing anything except like keeping an eye on things. She's probably like playing like card or dice games with some of the crew, and probably just like occasionally like casting speaking with animals to just get gossip around the docks. So whatever I see, so probably mostly at this point like gulls, maybe a rat or two, saying hi to Serona. No, not Serona, Demona, because this is the redemption.
Okay.
Anything interesting?
Yeah, as far as rumors go, let's see. You've gotten a little bit about the hooks. I think what else you might get from the goals is that,
Yeah, there's actually really good food just to the north of here. There's some camps up there. There's some of the, well, they don't exactly look like you. They look, well, they have 2 legs, not 4 legs. You look more like a horse than a person. I don't know what you call that. But they're particularly green, and they're bigger, and they've got big teeth, and they're very friendly when it comes to giving out their food. And they love to cook food out in the open, and we'd have to just swing on by and just, they don't swat at us any time that we take things out of their hands, which I think is really nice. They tend to call us friends, which I think is a fun word for people that take things from you. But that's just what goals do,
Can I like interpret on like what kind of creature it's talking about?
yeah, I'm trying to remember. You have the redemption at port, right?
Yeah, redemption's at port.
Okay. Let's call this insight to try to pick up on what they're describing.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Like, what the fuck are they talking about? Green?
Short
Blue
than
leg?
you, green, grey, some of them brown. Lots of greens though. Pointy ears,
Oh,
big
maybe
toofers.
else. 17 plus 9.
Yeah, they're talking about orcs.
Works? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole bunch of them. They got a whole bunch of weapons and whatnot, but they really use them for us. And tend to sing lots of nice songs.
Yeah? Are they, is it like a town or is it just like a little camp or?
Bit of both, I suppose. They do live inside. They don't live like me. They don't have nests and whatnot. But some of them have tents, and some of them have buildings, and they're not nice buildings. Well, I guess that's a bit judgmental, ain't it? Because I live in a nest. I don't know. Yeah,
And do
they
I-
just let us hang around?
And Derek, do I know of any settlements up in that direction of orcs?
Nothing you've necessarily heard of, although you do know that orcs, like just in Damaris,
Migrate.
they do. Well, a lot of them are either operate as, because they all lived in like the northern section, which is all frozen over now. They all got pushed out, so there's this diaspora of orcs. So a lot of them have camps that they kind of spot the map. Some of them have created more formalized kingdoms. Some of them have gone to piracy, and then some of them again operate as mercenaries around major port towns.
Every now and then they got a real nice boat that they take out, and they bring back up just massive fish. Fish you couldn't even believe how big they are.
Like that, and I point to like one of the big monsters out that have recently been brought in.
And the seagull kind of like leans closer and goes,
Even bigger.
Bigger.
Yeah.
Wow.
Real big. Yeah.
Dang.
And sometimes they just have little bites and they don't shoo us away, and that's real nice.
That's great. And I'll feed
You
this
have food.
one. What? Is it?
Do you have food?
I was literally just up to say I give it a little bit of like a snack or whatever.
Do you have more?
I only have a certain amount. This is all I got right now. But I'll
Now,
give you
business
this.
here has concluded.
I'll give you one little bit more if you can do me a favor.
Oh, yes. I like this
It-
transaction.
Sure. So this, and like, don't do it near the dock. Don't do it near here. But the real
Uh-huh.
jerk, that have like little hooks like on their tops.
Yes. Yes, they're very mean. Yes.
They're very mean. Don't do it like around here. But if you can just like shit on one for me, that'd be great.
Oh, I can poop wherever I like. Yeah, I can do that.
That'd be great. And I'll give it a
Yeah.
little bit more of the food.
I will put this to good use. Our transaction will be completed post-haste.
Thank you very much.
And to you.
and does a little bow and goes flying off. And you can kind of like hear as the like, range of the spell is fading a little bit, but just like calling out to other gulls, like,
I'm gonna go shit on someone for food.
okay.
Well, good. That's a good use of my time.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything for anyone else? Okay. Winnie, on your way back, you pass by a number of people. Again, this city is kind of tight in some spaces, some narrow street paths and everything. But I think that there is a certain point where you are just kind of, keeping an eye out around. You see a couple of hooks pass by. You don't look like yourself. Not that, you necessarily look like a hook member either. So you're just kind of left alone. You do pass by the wall of wanted posters and see your face, along with some of the crimes that you have been charged with. But again, that does not match the face that you are wearing. And the Imperials don't seem to mind you any either. But you do hear an argument as you're kind of rounding one of the corners. And you do see that there are a small group of heavily armored, large orcs that are standing with their arms crossed. And talking to them is a smaller than them, at least, half-elf, who is a little bit darker skinned and dressed in like, almost like, this is a government official as far as you can tell. You can't really tell, like, it's not imperial by any
Local
means.
government.
Local government. They are dressed in finer clothes than a lot of the other people around. They aren't splashed with fish guts or mud or anything else. And they are carrying a ledger, and they're kind of holding the ledger tight. And they go, "Listen, I'm very sorry that we can't employ you at this time, but a better bid has been made, and your services have been appreciated in the past. But we can't afford them at this time. The barons have no need of your services at this time, and we would appreciate your understanding with that." And you can see the orcs are just like unmoving, unspeaking, just staring down at him. There are two barons that are meeting. Perhaps I could see if there's any employment they might want additionally.
Is there a nearby alley?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would like to slip into the alley behind some crates. Specifically, I just want to not look like a random sailor anymore. I would like to swap to ooh, I feel bad about this. Was Constance on the wall of wanted posters?
Constance is not that you saw.
A vague approximation, like a cousin of Constance, like not her exact face because that's super rude. And then some like nicer clothes, not richy rich, but like dignified and clean. So a what, dusky tiefling, kind of upper middle class, somewhere there.
Yeah.
And I will come back out. And I'm gonna just walk by and hesitate long enough to like obviously hesitate. You know, pause and eavesdrop a little bit. I'm sorry. Are y'all in security? And looking for work? Is that what I'm understanding here?
The orc, this is a femme presenting orc. Again, very tall, wearing kind of this mixture of like, you might make it half plate or even splint. It's kind of cobbled together, but there is a regalness to it. She has a rather nasty looking morning star at her side, and you can see the others at her back have like ball and chain flail that they've like slung over their shoulder. They're the one kind of like has it
like
draped around their neck.
clearly used. Not recently.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean, like they're not dripping blood, but like they're not.
This
fresh
is not
off the rack.
for show specifically. These are weapons made to be used. Yeah, they don't have like a lot of decoration or anything.
I'm not
on
gonna
them.
mask me like looking them over and gauging all that.
She looks down at you and she says, yeah, we're in security of sorts. Security, sea monster hunting, any variety of deeds that need done. We're particularly skilled. We can even do your taxes if you need. Why, who are you?
I'm going to raise my eyebrow at the official. And
He looks at you like, save me.
if you're not hiring, why are you still here?
Excellent point. I will pass your message along to the barons, and I can't thank you again. And just kind of like turns and goes scurrying off. And she turns to look at him, looks back at you and glares a little bit. I nearly had that deal sealed.
You didn't.
You better be offering something better. I don't like when fish are taken off my hook.
Why don't we have a little talk? Somewhere not in the street. Could I interest you in a hot meal somewhere and let's exchange stories? I might have something you might be interested in. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna just like
right.
shove little Jeffrey like behind me.
He's just like peeking around.
Yeah.
You friends?
Yeah,
if you got a place in mind, be happy to see it. You're buying?
naturally, it's just bad business not to. Also, probably rude. You can call me Nora.
Nora.
And I'm going to look for the closest non-hideous tavern I can find.
I mean, the closest would probably be the
I
bigger
can't
boat.
go back there. That's embarrassing. That's like saying goodbye and then walking the same direction as someone.
Okay. Looking around. Give me a perception check.
I will do this as you asked.
Uh-huh. Thank you.
As I do this, a 26.
Okay. Did you have an end to the as you asked
I was gonna
thing?
say,
wanted
like,
to-
I could invite them back to the ship, but that also kind of, like, I'm not gonna go ask Honey for a warm meal for these two barely tolerant... Three barely tolerant orcs, that I'm trying to make nice with.
Okay. Looking around, the nearest tavern to you is one called the Tackle Box.
Is that... Okay, with a 26, does it look
It's
like...
the nearest.
Nearest non... Is it... Hook Central?
Yeah, 1000%. Besides that, it is the bigger boat. Please don't make me name another tavern.
What if I name another tavern?
What if?
The triple P, Eva.
Shh. The Scales of Flaky Fish. No, I can't.
Yep. No, I think it's
right.
the bigger boat. I think that's.
I'll
She
go
kind
back
of
to
looks
the
at you
bigger
as you're
boat.
looking around, and she goes, "You know, our encampment isn't that far from here. If you're that new
Oh
to
my
the
gosh,
city, you
I
can't,
would-
you can't find a place."
Please and thank you. It'd be just so embarrassing if I went back to... Yeah, what sort of stuff have you all done in the past, would you say? Like...
She's walking with you now, like kind of walking side by side with you. The other two are directly behind the two of you. Yes.
Please tell me we still have a psychic link. I don't remember how long it was.
I do not know.
I don't remember. I usually write it down, but probably
If it's on the tail... Can we say it's still on at least the tail end?
Yeah, I don't think I didn't write it down, but it's usually less. I don't think it was an hour this time around. So I think we have plenty of time.
Okay. In which case, I will mentally ping Acacia and just be like, "Hey, found some orc friends. Gonna do a little quick chat with them. Heading
Define friends.
potential employees. Not in quotes.
Do you want backup?
I think I'm okay at the moment. I just, am going to a secondary location. Yeah,
Benny,
no, never go to a secondary location. I know, but,
Where?
yeah, I will absolutely be, like, narrating where they're taking me. I assume just, like, encampment...
Yeah, north of the city.
North
You
of the
are-
city.
Winnie, you realize how bad of an idea this is, right? You going with random people you've never met outside the city
They're for
to an
hire.
camp with more people. That doesn't change anything.
No, but worst case, I just give them my money and I leave.
Winnie,
I realize there are actually worst case scenarios, but, like, they're really just looking for a job.
Winnie, I am going to.
Okay, love you, bye!
I no, you can't hang up on this. You can't, that's not how it works. At least let me be a bird and hide in the trees.
I mean, you
in
can
case
if you
something
want.
happens.
You know where I am.
Yeah, but it's gonna take longer to get there if I'm not close by.
Well, I can't really change that. I am where I am.
I'm gonna be a bird in the trees and keep an eye on stuff.
You're
that
a
way I can
star, Acacia.
And that way I can just be a surprise horse if something bad happens instead of me taking an hour to get there.
In
I
that
let-
case,
Wait, who the fuck is not drunken on the ship? That's the next person of...
Probably a lot of people, honestly.
I will let everybody who's not drunk as like that's part
I mean,
of the
like
core party.
crew, but like our party is a different story.
I get on the shell phone and I will call up like Scarlett and Kallista because I know Proximus is probably out cold. Winnie's making some questionable decisions, going with a third party to a secondary location, and I'm just gonna go follow her as some backup. I
don't
tried
think
talking.
any of you understand how to make friends. Like this is.
I tried talking her out of it already.
Kallista's just laying in her bedroll, just puts her hands over her eyes, just like, oh, just like doing that, like I'm trying to prevent a migraine, like press that's happening.
I already tried talking her out of it.
Okay. Are you just letting us know? Do you want one of us to also come? It will take me 10 minutes to get my armor back on, but I can come.
I'm just gonna.
Can I
be a
hear that
bird.
you're asking about?
I'm on the shell phone.
Okay, so I can
I-
hear it. You know,
If-
you might ask Ripley because they're orcs, and like I'm not saying they all know each
Winnie,
other.
Ripley
how'd
is
you
on
get on
the other
this
ship.
call? Winnie,
Ripley's
how
on
did you
the
get on
other
this
ship.
call? No, it's fine.
Oh yeah, no, I actually, because everyone can hear the shell phone. Just kidding.
No,
And
I
Ripley
think
is on
it's
the other ship.
I think the shell phone works as in like you can bring
Yeah.
anybody into the group
But
text.
I wouldn't have answered it because I'm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not included in it.
And I specifically only reached out to Scarlett and Kallista.
That's alright.
Hopefully nothing will happen, but I'll be back.
Okay.
We're not back by dawn. Then I'll give them the general direction of where the camp is.
Can we decide before dawn? That's good. A lot can happen.
An hour
I said what I said.
before dawn?
We'll check in. We'll check in if you don't check in, okay?
Yeah, I plan on.
Just
Alright,
give
bye.
us a description of where you're going, I
Yeah.
guess, in case we do need to.
Yep, no problem. I give them the description.
Okay, be safe. Make smart decisions, please.
Don't tell me that. Tell Winnie.
We just call Winnie on the cell phone, make good choices, and hang up.
So, Derek, I'll use my other wild shape today because I don't think I've had an hour to refresh that, and I'm gonna shadow Winnie as an owl, I guess.
alrighty. Okay.
What does this encampment look like?
Yeah, so you get closer to the encampment. You pass by a number of buildings as you're going outside of the city to where you've gotten past the really tall buildings, the ramshackle ones that are kind of like held together by the posts. You're getting away from that fishy smell, and you start to see some of the, like, as you look up the hill, as things are now clearer, you can see some smaller trees that kind of dot the hillside. You
I
can
like
look all the
smaller
way up,
trees.
and you can see the statue of the Colossus standing over the Colossus Bank. You can see, like, all the way up to the foot of the mountain, the line of mountains, that kind of like act like a spine to this island. You can see some of the finer houses where, like, the wealthier people live, perhaps even some of the barons, and you can see that there are some of, like, the shipwrights out here as well. That smell of fish and sea monsters fading away to smell of, like, salt air and also wood chips, wood shavings. You can hear, like, the sound of hammer on anvil, that ringing metal on metal sound. You can hear the sound of hammering nails and even perhaps like chopping or carving wood. And as you look out, you can see that there are a few shipwright places, but you pass by even those on this dirt path that lined somewhat with, like, olive trees here and there, some hedges, some bushes,
I like all that.
taller grass. Yeah, you see that one of the orcs behind you, as you kind of turn around, picks one of the olives and spits the pit kind of like up and over you, so it lands like right where your foot presses down.
Nice.
But traveling a little bit further than that, you start to get the smell of scented, like, cooking meat. The scent of cooking meat kind of wafting, that smell of smoke. that smell that only really comes with like historical reenactments and Ren fairs, that like that very rich wood smell, that wood smoke smell that I know you all know what I'm talking about. What's up, Mayor?
Is this general direction and description matching what the seagull told me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And as you get a little bit closer, you can see that there are a few buildings that are pieced together with brick or cobblestone, and then there are several like dome tents as well that all kind of. There's a wooden sort of like put together barricade, not exactly a wall. There's no gate or anything, just sort of fortification around. What's up?
Are we off the main road now? Like this is like a little side.
You have gone off the main road that continues north,
Okay.
and this is like a road that you presume leads you further north to the other cities on Polaris.
As we're approaching the barricade, which I assume is like a checkpoint or whatever, I am going to slow down and pause and say, all right, now that we're out of the city, if we're going to be discussing business, I think it's only fair to discuss business, you know, kind of with honest intent. So hold on one second. I just need to drop something really quick, and then I'm going to drop disguise self and be my little sea elf self. Sorry, but the city's a little intimidating for me at the moment. But it's not really fair for you to not see me as me. It's not honest. So hi.
It's not. So that's why I'm wondering why. What? No. You can put up a hood. You can wear a cloak. You can wear a big hat. You changed your whole fucking face. Who are you and why'd you do that?
You don't recognize me? That's actually probably pretty good.
Should I?
Probably not, actually. Like, I'm not really that big a deal.
Deception check.
Is
Also,
it? Okay,
Eva.
Winnie has anxiety, so, like, it's not really deception if she believes it, right?
Then persuasion. It's one or the other. You don't have to tell me which.
That's fair. It doesn't. It's
Also,
the same
Eva, when I get within sight of Winnie, I do refresh the mind link, and it's a 2-hour mind link, just
Perfect.
between you and me.
It was a dirty 20.
Okay. Her eyes narrow a little bit. All right. You know what? I can be a little trusting. Just no more secrets, or at least none that, well, no, just no more secrets, please.
Okay, well, in that case, I'll probably have a friend joining me here, shortly, but, it's just because I've made some pretty bad decisions in the past, and, I'm apparently not trusted on my own, which is understandable, but really, who can be? But what I would like to talk to you about still stands. And I know I offered you a hot meal, and you instead are bringing me to your home. But I can offer you some beverages if you would like instead.
So, I need you to see this from my position.
I
I've
wish.
taken-
You're awfully tall.
Okay. I brought you to my home camp. You can look around and see my people here.
Mhm.
You have changed your entire face. You have said that the city is scary to you. And whereas once you offered food, now you offer drink.
I'm happy to offer you food. I'm just saying, you brought me here.
Previously, the food was going to be provided by a restaurant. Now, I don't want to be poisoned. Because
Oh,
I can put
that's
up with
fair.
poison pretty well, and if I feel any poison, it's not going to be pleasant for you. So I just want to stand on solid ground with you and let you know where I'm coming from.
Have you been poisoned before? That's terrible.
Yes.
That is not hospitable at all.
Derek,
It's not, but we weren't particularly hospitable in the moment, so it happens.
I want to cut in, and talk to Winnie. Winnie, is that your way of saying your friend coming over? Do you want me to join you?
Yeah, if you want.
I will fly down and
Sorry, this is
land.
my associate. Not really a bird. I didn't know she was gonna be an owl, but it's just.
I'm sorry. I thought I said no more secrets. Not really an
I
owl.
didn't. I told you straight up that I had a friend joining me. That is not a
Not really
secret.
an
That
owl.
was me
I will
explicitly
turn
telling
into
you.
a centaur. My apologies for this mess.
Yeah.
I was trying to offer you employment. I am unclear how this is a mess.
Okay. All right.
Let's get to the
try to
chase,
start over,
Winnie.
shall we?
Because they're
Employment
looking
doing
for
what?
they're looking for work. What were you thinking, Winnie?
I was asking them their skill sets, what they're looking for employment, possibly what they are looking for in wages, and what we could offer them. We are entering some dangerous waters, and my new companions, I'm so sorry. I did not catch your name. My name is actually Winora, so Nora is you can call me that for sure. I've been called worse, honestly. But yeah, you mentioned sea monster hunting. We have come across sea monsters.
Okay. All right.
We have plenty of things that are situationally concerning.
Let's pause. We talk over food. That is how we bond. That is how
I love that.
my culture starts to bond. And something I've learned is not to give your name so freely. So once we eat, I will give you my name. Once we have sealed our deal, I will give you my full name. But in the meantime, it smells like there's a pig roasting. Let's sit down and have a bite to eat, shall we?
Sounds good to me. See, Acacia, this is lovely.
Let's go ahead and pause there and take our break. When we come back, we can see how this deal goes. Pet your pets, do the things. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Bye. Vast and welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Horizon's Call. Let's jump back into things. You have been seated on a bench that is, as far as you can tell, the two end points of it are held up by these very weathered anvils. The length of it appears to be broken mast that's kind of been shaved a little bit to have a flat bit to set on. And as you look around, other orcs have sat around this fire with this roasted pig on a spit at the center that is being kind of put onto these pewter plates. That are then being passed around. This is very informal. Some of them are drinking from pewter cups. Some of them are drinking from horns. And all around, they are mostly conversing in Orcish. And there are definitely a lot of eyes that are being cast to the newcomers, Winnie and Acacia. But you have sat down with this femme-presenting orc, who again is dressed in her armor. She has her morning star at her side, and she rolls over a larger rock, flips it over to the flatter side, and kind of sits at an angle with a plate. You want to talk business? What business do you want to talk?
Well, it sounded like, from your discussion on the street, that you were basically being fired or non-hired from some sort of security.
You're new in Lawful, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, me and my group here, my clan, we set up shop here 50 years ago, more or less, when I was younger. And in that time, we have made ourselves, in my humble opinion, quite useful. to the barons around here. Anytime they need a little bit of extra muscle, anytime they want to show off a little bit, they come to us, we armor up, and we walk around with them. They love to walk around their cities and on their palanquins and just show off all that they have. And having a group of orc mercenaries surrounding you is, well, there's worse ways to flaunt your wealth. In the meantime, we fancy ourselves sea monster hunters. I myself, captain of a wonderful ship. Many of these folks see around you are my crew. But the seas are more dangerous than I'd like to admit to them at least. And so I'm not willing to pull anchor right now. And so I was really hoping for this job from the barons, but them red-coated bastards have moved into town and have undercut us.
I'm assuming you
So-
mean the Nereans.
I do.
Yeah, they're kind of
So-
messing up a bunch of stuff all over the place.
Yeah, well, we try to incorporate ourselves into the ecosystem as best as possible, even if that ecosystem happens to be a corrupt one like Lawfall, but when invasive species move in, that ecosystem tends to fail. So, here we are.
Well, just throwing this out there, you understand this is not in any way meant to be indicative of overthrowing governments of any sort specifically, but when you clear out invasive species, like you said, like your sea monster hunters, so like are you necessarily opposed to perhaps going up against invasive species?
I think that's the problem with invasive species, isn't it? They're invasive because people didn't take care of them in time. I don't think that there is necessarily anything that me and my people would be willing to do to undertake such a mission as that because, well, perhaps I'm oversimplifying a metaphor here, but we are not outfitted to push out any sort of imperial force in Lawfall. What
No,
you see
oh,
around
no.
you is what you get.
Sure.
And you can see there's maybe, like, if you were judging by the tents, the encampment around you, maybe 150. And that's not including, like, kids and, the elderly, maybe upwards of, like, 200. But you also don't see a lot of, like, you don't see a lot of elderly orcs that can't, like, you don't see any infirm, really. This is, they might be in the tent still, but everyone here looks like they have worked hard their whole lives, and they have, like, the older ones have that very lithe, like, still muscular, still moving out of spite and determination and almost muscle memory.
So it's not
and
just
then
good health care.
I mean, they seem to take good care of themselves. That's definitely part of it, but there is an absolute weathering to them. Even the orc that you are talking to, there is a weathering to her skin as she's talking to you. You can tell she's probably been exposed to the sun a lot, even with her green skin a little bit darkened. There's the crow's feet. There's lines on her skin that show that she has been exposed to wind, sun, and other weathering forces for the majority of her life.
Since she has been talking about how long they've been here and like the upset in like basically the status quo, can I do like an insight check or something in terms of trying to check her body language for I'm guessing that this is upsetting, but
Sure.
can I try and get like a read on how well this adjustment is going?
For sure. We can call this insight, or we can also call this history, and we can tie this into anything that you might have remembered from Ripley telling you about, like, the orcish culture, diaspora. Like, Ripley is not an absolute representative of a very large group of people that have spread out and
No,
become
but it
more
is
diverse.
more
But
first person.
yeah, Ripley was part of the orcish navy.
Yeah.
Like, Ripley has experience with a lot of different branches of the orcish culture.
Dirty 20 on history. Thank God.
Okay. With a dirty 20, I'm going to message you something. I'm gonna put it in Zoom chat, and it is Orcish. So this is going to be up to
I
Winnie
learned
to-
everything, but I don't understand any of it.
This is something that Ripley told you. If you ever come across an orc who seems like they know their way around the sea, or an orc whose trust you want to earn immediately, you should say this thing to them.
God bless Ripley. God's plural.
So.
Yes.
But with that 20, while you are reading that and absorbing that as best you can, you can tell that this orc that you're talking to, she getting the vibe like this isn't an immediate problem. We'll probably find other work. We'll probably survive this winter, but if we can't go back to sea, if we can't get other jobs, we might not survive the next one, and we might need to uproot everything and find somewhere else. And when we're already worried about going to sea in the first place, we're stuck between a rock and a hard place at this point.
Yeah.
And we have young that we need to care for. We have mouths to feed. Our food stores aren't depleted, but they're lower by the day.
Got it. I was gonna ask Acacia to get some of the alcohol out of my bag, but after what Acacia just saw with the bag, that's probably really rude.
Yeah, I'm not putting my hand in the bag.
That's valid.
That is the nice thing about bags of holding. You only take out what you want.
No,
So
but there
is the implication that everything's in a pocket.
There's a difference
in
between
this
knowing
bucket.
that and
Yeah.
a difference between acting
For sure.
on that. No, I get it
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
There's also the worry when you stick your hand in and go, I want the vomit out. What does that look like?
Yeah, absolutely not.
Winnie's gonna just empty it later and then just turn
Yeah.
it inside out. So little Jeffrey will be dispensing, pulling out bottles.
I am making sure little Jeffrey is not causing a muck anywhere. He has his
in
leash
his little
on.
Bjorn.
He has his leash on.
Yeah. I will ask him before I say this. And actually, maybe, little Jeffrey, could you, pull out some refreshments? And Acacia, could you make sure that they end up on the ground in a stable fashion and not just yeeted?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm gonna, yep, that's fine.
So, look, I'm really sorry. I haven't had a lot of chance to, perfect my accent or really work on my accent at all. Oh gosh. I need you to know when I say this, I mean it in the spirit it's intended, and if, there's a word wrong, I don't mean any offense by it. But, ul gijak ro, ave orc liwo nevas nagri. It's probably not supposed to end like a question, but, I am who I am.
She narrows her eyes and stands up and is looking down at you at this point, just absolutely looming over
I'm
you.
used to it.
Kind of into it.
Mommy?
Please don't say that to her. You'll ruin the moment. She looks down at you with this look of confusion, a little bit of surprise. The sea elf has just done a pretty admirable attempt at Orcish, and she responds, "Urzaja ro malsan herav urkavil bornuk." And she looks down and just kind of bows a little bit.
I bow back from my awkward sitting position.
Where did you learn that?
That is a great question. Winnie, what did you just do?
Ripley, that's Ripley Scarkeeper, one of our ship's, surgeons. I think that's part of her job. She kind of does a lot of stuff, I think, but surgeon's the main one.
You know one of the orcs. You have an orc that sails with you.
Yeah, she's one of our best surgeons. We really only have two, but, yeah, she's very knowledgeable. She was part of the army, and she said that if I ever came across anyone, in kind of your situation, that I should tell you that. Ask you that? She didn't actually tell me if it was a statement or a question.
It is a statement. It is a call and response to know the people of our home when our home is not one we can return to. My name is Captain Nev Windtamer, and if there's anything I can do to help you and your clan, I will do so. And like all the faces of all the orcs are looking at you after you've said that. Like everything's gone silent. All the conversation has stopped, and everyone is just staring at you and Captain Nev.
Acacia knows that Winnie has very little shame.
Yep.
Her cheeks are burning. Like, this is not the sort of attention she is used to. Thank you, Derek, for writing that out. Well, let's start with sharing a meal, as you said, and perhaps we can help each other out.
I believe we can. My people can offer many services. We are fighters, protectors. I wasn't joking. We can do your taxes.
I don't actually think we file taxes.
Yeah, but we don't do that.
Yeah, we're a non-profit. We have ships that we can sail. We avid sea monster hunters, and I don't know what you sailed in on, but if you're looking to get any fixins to it, we have some strong hands to help with that.
Oh, thank the stars.
Honestly, that is one thing we are looking for. Met some parasites on the seas on our way east, and we could use some trustworthy shipwrights, which
Sure.
it would be a job.
She has a fork that she essentially points over at one of the orcs across the way. That there's Durgal Thristrand. He's a shipwright. He's more than capable of fixing anything that needs fixed, making it seaworthy. And if you look down the hill there a bit, before you get to the edge of the cliff, you can see two of our finest ships. And one pretty okay one. And she looks over at one of the orcs, who just like glares at her. Look down there, you'll see the Kingfisher, the Razorbill, and the Shearwater.
Yeah.
Those are very
Anyway.
nice ships. It's clear you put a lot of work into them. How do the children look? Like, are any of them around, or is it just like evidence of children?
No, little Jeffrey in his Bjorn is just like reaching for them, doing like a little baby Yoda to any like child that gets in reach.
Acacia, you could probably let him play with them. They're not gonna hurt him any.
I will look down at little Jeffrey and make sure he looks up at me. No biting.
Okay.
That was at Acacia, not little Jeffrey, obviously.
Yeah.
To be clear. To be very, very clear.
I will let him go.
Little Jeffrey goes toddling off to one of the younger orcs. Hi, my name's little Jeffrey. What are you playing? And the orc looks down and goes, "We're playing Knife Run."
No!
How do you play that? You take your knife and you run. You lose if you fall on it. And they hand little Jeffrey a knife, and he goes, "I was born for this."
You have to come back home eventually. Gosh dang
He's just zooming off, knife like pointed at himself.
Yeah. Well, he can't hurt his gem. That's all that really matters, I guess. Okay.
But the children do look like, you know,
They have a weird amount
work-
of chest wounds.
a lot of knives sticking out of them, and they're all very happy about it. No, they seem to be well fed. There's nobody that's like particularly emaciated or particularly
Yeah.
injured looking. But they all look like, these are kids that don't get to sit around and play all day. Like, these are kids that probably do a
Yeah.
lot of work around the camp as well.
I will probably leave sweets behind when we eventually leave, because it feels like we'll be allowed to leave at some point.
Oh no, the orcish thing you said, you sold your souls to them, so.
Honestly, still the best bargain that Winnie's probably ever made with her soul, so, like,
Yeah.
keeping it at this point.
Yeah. The thing that you have said to the orcs was the blood of the orc will never freeze, and the response was the fire of my heart still burns. So that was the call and response.
I love that.
You have been.
The fire of my heart will always burn.
Still burns.
Still burns.
Still burns. So what services do you need?
Well,
Need someone killed, beaten up?
yes. Oh, so many people. When you
The
think
Imperials are a scourge, but that is a long-term problem.
Yeah, no, that's not a priority that you really need to worry about right now. And there's a devil that we kind of have some issues with.
No,
but
let's stick
that's
with
not
shipwriting for now, Winnie.
Yeah, shipwriting. We've got a ship that's a little bit damaged in port at the moment, and then we've got 3 ships out a little ways away that are pretty sore off.
All right.
There is a very nice open balcony in the captain's quarters of one of them.
There's not supposed to be a nice open balcony there. There were some what do you call the grappling hook between ships?
We got screwed over by the Tombstone twins.
Yeah. But also, like,
I'd heard rumors they were in these waters.
not anymore.
More.
Let's leave something off my back. All right. Tell you what. I'll give you a flat price. Sail him into the dry dock, just over the cliff there, just to the west of where we are currently. Bring him in. We can have him fixed. She looks over at Durgle. Durgle! Holds up 3. He shrugs. A day. We can have them done in a day.
If you don't mind me taking a leave for a couple minutes, I'm going to call Scarlett.
Please do. I would like to think that Roland sent over some money by now, but it's gonna be real awkward if he hasn't.
Yeah.
Well, to the point of money, if you bring Ripley along, so there's the orc that sails with you. Let her spend that day with us, and we'll half that price.
Let me I'll be back in a minute, couple minutes. And I'll like step away, get on the shell phone and call Scarlett.
I mean, to be clear, it's Ripley's her own person, so it's gonna be her choice. I can't imagine she wouldn't. But I also can't like speak for her. But yeah, that seems. Yeah, that would be incredible. Thank you.
If she says no, she can say no, but
I don't know why
I just
she
wanted
would.
to be made available.
Yes.
I wanted to know that we're here.
I think she would like that very much. I would, but I'm also not.
So hey Scarlett, we found some shipwrights who will not screw it, price gouge us.
I was never worried about price gouging. I was worried about the wanderers of here.
Well, regardless, I've got one that's got a great price for you. And I'll quickly give the short version, the short TLDR. Also, we're not dead. You can just let Kallista know as well.
And just like connect Kallista into the call.
Yeah.
Proximus just snoring in the background.
Why do I hear
Kallista, where are
Proximus?
you?
100%. He's passed out, and I'm just making sure he keeps breathing. It's fine.
Ah, got it.
Oh.
He's on his
I
side.
should-
Yeah, of course. This is not my
Definitely
first rodeo.
snoring right out of his gills. Yeah.
Oh god. That's...
Ooh.
He stops
It just
for
sounds
like
a little
30
flappy.
seconds. Yeah.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like, is this it? Is this the one? Oh, there you go.
Should probably
So
do
you-
the same for Connery. I'm not.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
Mm.
not-
Putting the
Yeah.
C in
I-
CPAP.
Not snoring out of Connery's skills. No.
Yeah,
So
okay.
what-
If he needed to wear CPAP, does he wear it here? Does he wear where?
Yes, the answer is yes.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
like those.
it's one of
like-
those-
It's like a whole contraption.
It's like an Abe Sapien sort of deal from Hellboy. It's just like, yeah.
Oh my
It's
god.
kind of like those airplane pillows that just kind of like.
Around the neck.
It's really weird because the way he wears that, he sounds just like David Hyde Pierce. It's
Oh
really
my
weird.
god.
But yeah, long story
my
short,
God.
we ended up connecting with the orcs. The seagulls like them, so and I think Ripley would want to stop in as well.
She is on the Mercy, but if we're taking all of the ships in.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately is her choice.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, the
But
ships.
I will inform her.
That would be appreciated.
Yeah, the ships need to be repaired, and I know we were talking about doing it at sea, but it seems like maybe this is a safer option that gets us a more stable repair before we get into
And-
whatever
yeah.
we're about to get into.
Derek,
I
this is like a
will-
secluded dock, right?
Yeah, so as you look out, you can see that there are other shipwrights nearby, but like the orcs seem to have a decent bit of land attributed to them. You don't see a lot of other buildings around. They are off the beaten path. They have this kind of cliffside that overlooks the ocean. So down a little bit, you can see that that's where they dock. They have a dry dock attached as well that does not currently have a ship in it. They seem to have 3 main ships, one very large. And as you look down at it, you can see that the figurehead on it is this massive set of sea monster jaws, like 2 sets of them, almost xenomorph-like, set into one another, that are on the front of the ship. The other 2 a little bit smaller, but as you kind of look around, you see that there's even like a small grove of trees, indicating that they even have access to fresh wood. And as you can even see other orcs coming down from the mountain, they likely source like wood and trees from where the tree line break is on the side of the mountain as well. So they seem to have a decent bit of land and kind of privacy to them.
Yeah, they're not anywhere near the dock of Lurefall. They're a little out of the way.
We will bring the ships. I will tell Marcus and husband to bring the ships. We will get close enough, let Ripley make her decision, and if Ripley says they're okay, then we do it.
Of course.
Did they give you a price?
Derek, did they give like a rough price during this whole conversation?
Yes. So the rough price, I believe, I'm going to double check this real quick here, but I believe is 25,000. That is for like base price. They're going to give you cost essentially for the repairs, and that is probably cheaper than you get anywhere else. Let me. I don't know, pulled up. Let's see here.
I also
So-
figured like an actual hard price wouldn't be determined until they actually saw the damage. Like I feel like
Yeah,
between
sure.
Acacia and Winnie, like we kind of got it sketched out.
Just
pretty
for
well,
the
but-
sake of it.
Yeah.
Just for
Yeah.
the sake of it, I'll give you. So it'd be 25,000
Base.
for if Ripley doesn't show up, and then
Okay.
half that if Ripley does show up, and that is for repairing all 3 ships. That is equivalent to a cost of a new warship, which in this world would typically be doubled because of cost and everything. You're not getting entirely new ships, you're repairing 3 of them, so kind of adding that together roughly, you would be paying what is that, 12,500?
That is correct.
So Scarlett, at base, at cost of materials, was about 25,000.
Okay. Roland did hold up his end of the bargain, so we are fine.
I had a feeling. Okay.
I will give the order to move the ships.
Let us know when you're on the way and we can meet you there. I look over at Winnie and Nev and I'll just give a thumbs up.
Oh my god, I have to captain the redemption because Connery is fucking passed out.
Yep.
Sure do. Also, wait, just to clarify, Acacia knew the orcs were chill and was still like
I didn't realize this was
Okay.
until like I started getting there.
Okay.
Like you just said you met some people and are going north, but then I started like seeing everything. Oh, orc settlement, and then I realized like, okay.
Okay. I mean, I did.
just
Yeah.
said
And to be
some-
clear, I did describe them because telling you
But
where I was going without telling you who I was with wouldn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
but 3 orcs versus there's no way to know for sure, so. Not all orcs are chill. Not
No.
Not all anybody's chill. Absolutely.
correct.
Okay. Cool. She looks at you, and she nods. Holds out a hand to seal the deal.
I'll shake it.
Grabs you at the wrist. Gives a good shake back and forth. Full like body shake. Well, you are more than welcome to share our food, share our drink, share our home for as long as you'd like. When it is time for your ships to arrive, we will keep an eye out and we will have them ready as quickly as we can. It's the least we can do for a friend.
We appreciate that. Means an awful lot. If there's anything we can do while we're here, please don't hesitate to ask.
And if you ever need assistance down the line and you can't reach us, Ascension Isle down to the south. Southwest.
Yeah,
Never heard of it.
that's
Good.
good.
Well, like I said, we have many services here. If you want to partake of our blacksmith or any of other goods, we don't have everything, but we have many things. Let's cut away. So, anybody else, anything you'd like to do with this day? Okay.
The area that we're going for these ships, is that the same area that you mentioned where the stained glass merchants would be?
Yeah, roughly. In fact, if that's something you're looking to have done, the orcs might be able to help you with that as well.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I do have something for when, because we're moving the redemption, right? Also. I will shell phone Kallista probably. Hey, when you all get into the dry dock, would you mind bringing, I've got some sweets and candies in like my middle bottom drawer on the right. Not like the bottom drawer, but like the drawer that's in the middle but under the other one. They're like the taffy type treat, not the like gusher ones, but the like taffier ones. The gusher ones do not bring. Those are experimental and taste terrible and don't really do anything. But the
Little Jeffrey leans in. They explode.
they don't. They just gush. It's not the same thing. Words mean things. Anyway, that'd be really appreciated. Okay, thank you.
Yep, got it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. We can cut forward to the ships have been moved to the dry dock. The Redemption has also been moved to dock alongside the 3 Orcish ships docking alongside the Kingfisher, the largest of the 3. Yeah. What would you
Long
like to do?
rest.
That would be a day difference. So yes,
Cool beans.
if Acacia and Winnie are willing to rest with the orcs,
Yep.
a tent will be provided to you.
That'd be very
And
nice.
yeah,
Sleep under the stars.
yeah. Okay, so with all the ships now docked, with the shipwright Durgle made available to you, as well as all of the other craftspeople of the orcs, What would you like to do? And with all of you sober and awake.
I check that the drunk people are still breathing.
And that they feel moderately okay-ish.
I was like,
I
but
in-
no one's drunk anymore. He just said they're sober.
Okay, still alive. But I intentionally grab a water skin and give them to both Connery and Proximus.
Yeah, how messed up would that be for Proximus to just like die in his sleep? Like, oh no, sorry.
No!
What a way for Mikyl to be like, I'm kind of tired of playing Proximus.
My
This is what's going to
God.
happen. Here's a new character. I'm in work now in the camp. I'm Durgle.
Oh my
Imagine.
god.
Got sassy and then snored himself to death. Sleep
In
apnea is
Kallista's
not a joke.
cabin!
Oh, God.
I'm crying.
God, imagine Proximus dying on Kallista's watch.
No, Kallista would put on her heavy armor that's not the stuff from the dads and just go into the ocean.
Like it's one quick silent revivify where you're just like, fuck, where's a diamond? Don't tell anybody about this.
Oh, my God.
The diamond of shame.
But yeah, I give them both a water skin very like intentionally, like fucking drink.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, the ships are going to be repaired within a day. You have that day to do anything that you might need before then leaving Polanis. What's on the docket for y'all?
Random question.
Yeah, please.
This is a long shot, but do any of the orcs, do they have magical tattoo artists?
You know what? Great question. Yeah, fuck it. Why not? I think.
Fucking rude.
Well, I
fuck
think
it.
okay.
Why
So
not?
you're going to find different types of cultural tattoos. Like there's magic in all
yeah.
different types of cultures. Orc tattoos are going to present differently. You know, I really am fighting the urge to say they look like tribal tattoos because that feels gauche and bad. I think they lean more towards what we might consider like Pacific Islander indigenous types of tattoos. Maybe even leaning towards Maori, but not again, not fully that. They are
So
storytelling
my right
tattoos.
arm, not my left arm.
Yes, Mikyl. Yes, thank you.
Exactly that.
But no, they are inherently tribal, but not what we think of as
Right.
tribal tattoos. They are meant to tell stories across the body, and they are meant to be like passages of points in a person's life or of achievements. So yes, they are capable of doing magical tattoos, as opposed to going to a tattoo shop where they might do, you know, what we would consider like American traditional or a variety of types of styles. You know, Grapple had a definitely different style and different like way of tattooing than the orcs might, where theirs is more of a ceremony, as is his is more of a business. But yes, that would be made available.
I feel really, if this is more very ceremonial, I would feel very weird getting a tattoo. So I'm probably gonna pass for now.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's tattoos in a lot of cultures. It's just how they do it.
Yeah. Good to know the options there, though.
For sure. Okay. Other stuff. What are we doing? Ships are being repaired. Scarlett, I know that you said you wanted stained glass prepared, so Durgle does approach you, and he brings along a younger orc that is just like hands covered in sand. I heard you were the captain of that rather unfortunate looking ship over there.
I am.
I saw your work in progress on your captain's table there. Have a little bit of an accident then, eh?
Was a necessary choice I had to make.
Yeah.
It was that, or they took my ship.
I would have done the same thing in your position. This is Grick. He likes playing with sand and likes just kind of leans over and elbows him. He's pretty good when it comes to glass. Not actually a common thing when it comes to orcs. We prefer the more durable things, but we try not to be ashamed of them. if you're looking to get something made, he can help you, and he can be quick about it. Grick is like Scarlett height, and smaller orc, slighter frame. A couple of his teeth are kind of sticking out a little bit. Actually, he has one tusk sticking out. Hi. I'm Grick. Like Dirk said. What did you just want a window? I can make a window. I can make a vase. I can make a little unicorn. That one's new.
I mean, window, yes, but with the stained glass, a lot of pieces were lost. So if it's possible, take some of the old elements that are still mostly whole, or whatever I've been able to do. Don't trust those repairs. If you can do it better, please do. They had a different design idea. If you're up for something.
Yeah, I can stain lots of things. I can stain glass for sure. You just write it down, and I'll have it done.
Cool. I'm going to do. The only paper I have on me is the bound book, so I'm going to put the design in that and rip that page out and give it to him.
Okay. As you tear it out, you see on the next page in Marcus's handwriting. What was that?
If the page is still there in his, it's probably there.
I wonder about that. I wonder if you tear it out, if like that page is blank now.
I wouldn't think so.
Okay. Then he might just ask what you
Maybe.
have written down. But hand that over to Grick, and he smiles a very like lopsided smile because there's only one tusk. Yeah, I can do that. I've never done this before. Yeah, I can do this.
Whatever the cost is, it's fine.
I don't know. I mean, talk to Durgal, I guess.
Okay.
And Durgal, Grick goes running off. Durgal just goes, listen, he needs a practice. Just, it's part of cost.
And I will tip him.
He doesn't need that. Don't give him confidence.
A little bit of confidence goes a long way. It's when you get cocky that it gets in the middle of a mess of things.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be working hard. So.
Oh, one note on the Cross's Mercy, the larger ship there.
Yeah.
There is an extra dimensional hold. Portion of our hold. I would maybe stay away from that one.
Good to know.
It's noted on the door. There's a big note that says, Winnie, make sure you have no extra dimensional pockets on you.
He takes off his tool belt, and I will get this not even close to it then. And
Appreciate it.
Yes. All right. Well, make use of food, drink, and anything else you might need with our people. We ask that you only bring kindness, and we'll have this done as soon as we can.
Now the real question is did Ripley get off the ship?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Ripley
I
has
assumed she would, but
fully integrated herself. There is a light to Ripley. I know, it's wild. NPCs, they're people too. Ripley has fully integrated herself into like the people there, like surrounding her. She's chatting in Orcish. I'm not sure you've ever heard her like fully hold a conversation in Orcish, because I don't know there's many other members of your crew that have it as a language. And so she is, I mean, share stories. You can tell by body language, by hand movements. She's a hand talker kind of person. That she's sharing a lot of stories about her life. The specifics you're not sure, but there is definitely a light to her that you haven't seen before.
I love her.
Okay.
we just want her to be happy.
That's all I want in life is for Ripley to be happy.
Yeah, no. I keep track of all the NPCs' happiness meters, so hers has gone up a few notches. Well done.
It's like your Sims.
Yeah, absolutely. Or your Baldur's Gate relationship trackers for sure. Yeah. Okay. Like I said, you're in town or in camp for a day. What else are we up to? Or did you want to fast forward?
I mean, Winnie wants to talk with everybody just socially. This is not something I want to go into, but like absolutely wants to just be Neve's Nev. Nev's best friend. I mean, obviously.
So, my personal Easter egg. I wanted to have the femme-presenting orcs named after either horror or sci-fi characters or actresses.
Sydney Prescott.
So, yes, Nev Campbell. So Ripley, of course, from Alien, and then yeah.
Classic Durgle.
Yeah, Durgle, not femme-presenting, so he doesn't have to fit that mold.
Good for him. This is hard because, so like that, I would like to do that. We don't have to like go through that on screen. I would like to meet up with Kallista if she's free at some point. Maybe before things get too busy on the redemption.
Yeah, sure. I think that's easy. And I will do something after that. But yeah,
Okay.
I will deliver you your requested candies.
Do you want to hand out candies with me to the people who want candy? Not just the kids, you know, because sometimes adults want candy too.
Okay, I was about to say I'm not very good with children, so.
Really?
I'm surprised you sound surprised.
I just can't imagine you've interacted with children super recently, so I don't know how you would know.
Yes, I was never good at it, and I can't imagine that skill got better.
Well, good news. If you hand him candy, that's kind of like bound to get you in the front door.
Okay.
That's a weird metaphor, but whatever.
Anyways, yep, okay.
But also, I know we were kind of talking about what to do with Uriel.
Yes.
Oh, that's also maybe something that should be addressed at some point. But I was wondering, you were kind of interested in maybe a shield? Like, because she's kind of a lot. I wondered if maybe you were interested in, like, a shield that isn't currently cursed or possessed, or there's probably a fancy technical term for it, but...
Yeah, something in between cursed and plain would be nice.
Did you, when you were looking for my candies, did you happen to see my, closet of projects?
The one that is open with everything spilling out into the rest of the room. Yes, I did actually
Okay,
notice.
not the one with, like, all the yarn and, like, model kits and, like, paint and whatnot, but, like, the other one that has, like, maces and, like, a bust
I know you have said we can go through and borrow stuff from the lab. It still just feels
No, it's a
awkward to
little
me,
cluttered.
but
But I have some shields that might work that aren't possessed and, like, aren't just a lot of them are, like, dented and, like, weird, and I just collect stuff sometimes. It's kind of a problem, but you never know what could come in handy.
Winnie, I mean this question respectfully. Are you sure they're not cursed?
Well, that's the thing, is, like, maybe you could, like, give it a little, like, double check.
Okay.
I don't get a cursed vibe. Mostly it was just a shield, and then, like, I made it fancy, but, yeah, like... So I guess it could have been cursed before I did that, but usually if something is magic, it doesn't, like, let me mess with it more.
Fair.
Unless it messed with my, like, perception of things. Like the book.
Okay, well, no need to kind of dwell on that for right now. I will,
Okay.
if you have a shield that I might be able to use, I will check it and make sure it's not cursed, just
Probably a good
so
idea.
we're all safe.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
that would be lovely. Thank you. And like Kallista kind of gives you like a little bit of like, does like the little, she's got a handful of candy, but she does like a little nice little side hug.
Aw. Winnie is beaming. This is the best day ever. And we'll go retrieve, I think it was the Shield of Swans?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I will actually equip that now.
Hell yeah. And unless you want to flavor it as such, it is not cursed.
I'd really prefer to not have a cursed shield. Of all the cursed items I could have, that feels bad.
I specifically cannot infuse things that are magicked, so it feels previously magicked, so.
Yeah. Beautiful. Guys, I have a magic shield again. I'm so happy. Kallista's so happy.
And
good.
it can appear however you would like to flavor it, because...
Cool. Well, yeah, I'll ponder what it looks like, but yeah, I have a fancy new shield. Because Winnie's great.
And then what would Kallista need to roll Derek for child handling?
Well, children are animals.
I was about to say, is it animal handling? It does really feel still accurate.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a charisma thing because you are interacting with something that is not an animal. Or strictly a beast. Roll a 1, you're gonna hit the kid. Charisma based. Let's call this. We can just call it a flat charisma. Well, I guess it'd be persuasion. You're trying to get somebody to like you.
Sure. Okay.
So it'd be a persuasion roll.
Cool.
And is that with advantage because Winnie is there? And Winnie is... Winnie?
How is Winnie helping?
Winnie is naturally charismatic and provided the candy.
Sure. Is
Winnie
Winnie
has
making
little
an
Jeffrey.
introduction? Or, like, because some people, it's like, no matter how like, sometimes it makes the person worse to have an overly charismatic person
I will
next to
step on Kallista's foot if she's going too far off.
then you may have advantage with your child handling.
The first one wasn't actually that bad. Okay, that was technically one better. I only have a +2, but I got an 18.
Look at you.
This is better than Jenn does with children by like a lot.
There's a number of orcish children that come running up. If you see the first one that's brave enough to like take a piece of candy and pop it in and goes, "That's not bad." Another one runs up and goes, "Why are you blue?" And then another one elbows him. You don't just ask people that.
You can't just ask people why they're blue.
Can you just ask people? Can I ask why she has horns? No. Maybe it's like, I don't know, defect or something. I like your horns? Yeah, you can say that. Say, I like your defect. Damn it. Do you have more candy?
Yes, I've got more candy. Here, just share. And I will hand out a little bit.
There's one that's left behind. It's this like little orcish girl, hair and pigtails. And she just kind of like, you know, she's doing the one thing with like the one foot that's kind of just twisting in the dirt a little bit. And she's just looking at him. She goes, "Do you like games?"
Yes. Do you have a favorite?
And she pulls a knife and hands it to you. Want to play knife run?
What is knife run?
Oh, rules are real simple. You take a knife and you run as fast as you can. You get bonus points for uphill. You lose if you stab someone else or yourself. And you just keep going.
That sounds super fun. Why don't you? And I'm going to reach over and grab little Jeffrey, show him how to play.
Little Jeffrey just looks up at you like, I already know how to play. Like, what are you doing?
That sounds perfect. Why don't you go play?
Little Jeffrey just goes running off and you just hear, I wanted to ask why she was blue too.
I just look at Winnie. It felt like cheating since I'm wearing armor.
No, that's fair. That you did really well. That was really well handled.
Good.
You hear little Jeffrey just from like around the corner of a take go, ah, dang it, I lost.
Perfect.
This is why I usually have mending
Yeah.
available.
Yeah. Sorry for just volunteering him for that, but yeah, the armor is also loud and sprinting is not my favorite, and
That's fair. No, that was great. Like that's kind of what he's there for.
Perfect.
That and like chewing on tables for some reason.
Okay. I like that phrasing implies that is a purpose and not just a thing that he
No,
does.
it's definitely a bug, but I haven't been able to like figure out what wires are crossed on that one.
There are worse wires to have
He
crossed.
wants to stop. He wants to stop so badly.
Yeah, it's just a little compulsion that is.
Why has my creator cursed me to do this?
I'm trying to fix it. We just need to find one more ring. That's all we need. Then he'll chew on the ship railing.
Oh my god.
It's called a gunnel.
When we are done here, I do want to go find Proximus. Just see how he's doing, both physically and figuratively, after what seemed to be an extreme amount of alcohol. So,
All right, where would Kallista find Proximus?
I would probably be in the cabin, just crisscross applesauce, looking out the porthole. Just
still in Callista's.
oh yes, yeah, of course. Didn't go anywhere far.
Even though it's my room, like I will open the door, but then I'm kind of like not just someone is coming in because I don't know what state you're in.
Yes. I apologize. For last night. That is not usually how I conduct myself. Yes.
I don't think you need to apologize, and I have certainly seen worse.
Well, I don't know if I need to apologize because I don't remember anything.
Well, let's start with the fact that I do think you will need to actually apologize to Scarlett. I believe you said she was lame and no fun because she wasn't drinking, and she seemed actually a bit upset about that.
Well, I mean, am I wrong? Really?
I am not getting into that.
I mean, she can be fun sometimes.
I will have to take your word for it. I have not exactly had a lot of interaction with her, and most of it has not been positive, but we are working on it. She apologized, and so we are getting there.
Apologize for what?
Being terrible to me back at Phoenix Landing. So, progress is being made, although I do need to have another conversation with her about something else. Anyways, if that's not what you normally do in port, then I feel like it is prudent to ask. And it feels weird to say, how are you doing?
Is that not the loaded question that I do
Right.
not want to answer?
It is. It feels weird to ask because I know what we have talked about maybe heading into, but I don't know how else to ask it. And you don't have to talk about anything you don't want to. I just am worried about you. And do you remember scrying on me yesterday? You did already apologize for that one, so that's fine. I'm just trying.
I'm glad that I apologize for that, but yes, I do remember.
Okay. Maybe not a habit to get into.
No. That's it really did feel like I should not have done that, and I feel bad about that. I don't really remember anything after that, but
That's probably for the best.
well, I feel like we need to put that together at one point in time, but ultimately, I am probably the most afraid that I have ever been in my life. Everything is coming to a head. I have been able to distract myself with so many other things. Anyone else's problems, we have corrected those, right? We went to the plane of fire to correct someone else's issue. You know, we've saved refugees from an island. We've gone to people's home where they've been from, but not mine. And it is not a place that I want to go. And I never thought that I would return to that place. There's so many people before me that have been in my position that have not come back from where I've been. They don't get to see the Nalos again. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I wonder why it is me that is the only one that has left and now has to return.
Because maybe it needed to be you.
Can I tell you a secret?
Sure.
I wasn't supposed to be the one.
I disagree. I know that maybe by rules and right, maybe it shouldn't have been you. But I do not think there is coincidence. Whether it was supposed to be you by the ritual, by the choice, by how it ended up being you, if it was supposed to be someone else and it wasn't, it was supposed to be you, one way or another. Because maybe whoever that was wouldn't go back.
I feel like this is going to put a lot of people at risk for being hurt. And I have made really bad choices before. So if all said and done, and I would prefer that no one gets hurt from this outing if we go back.
Respectfully, of course you would prefer no one gets hurt. That's the name of the game. Sometimes it happens. And you do the best you can, and you deal with whatever it ends up being. But all you can do is try.
Definitely. So for one night, I did not want to feel, it wasn't the best way to deal with my problems, but it is becoming closer and closer to me having to confront this problem, and I did not want to deal with it. But I appreciate everyone being around me, and that means you. And I did miss you. I
So you
didn't
remember
deal
saying
with
that?
it. Oh, I remember. But it is not, you know, the right way that I would like to show it.
Well, good thing we're going to have a lot of sailing ahead of us, and we can retry.
Yeah.
I am deeply familiar with the idea of drinking to avoid the feelings of something that you've been trying to avoid. Very much so. So I appreciate the apology, but I do think it is unnecessary, at least to me.
Maybe when this is all said and done, we can, I can show you in other ways that, that we can, I don't know, not be around each other in like drinking and fighting, and there has to be something. I think they call it a date. That's what I heard before. I don't know. Anyway.
One step at a time. And then, yeah, maybe we can try that.
Yeah. Two one day. And I need some water.
Yes.
I'm a little dehydrated.
I'm not surprised. And I will hand you the extra water skin if we can cheers our water skins.
I really am concerned with reaching out to my predecessor. But I know that it is the best way to get the information that we need. So I would prefer if you went with me, if that is possible for you.
Absolutely. I'll be there.
I appreciate your support. You have been a good friend.
I'm going to reach over and take Proximus's hand and just like hold it between like two of them. It's only been a short time, but I am happy to help however I can in whatever way that means.
This means more than you probably know, but one day I'll show you. Thank you.
You should probably also eat some bread. Get something else in your system.
Yeah. I should probably go talk to Honey. Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
As the two of you, Proximus and Kallista, go off to find honey in hopes of some carbs to soak up whatever is left of your poor decisions from the day prior. You do overhear some of the orcs going like, Yeah, apparently they have an entire room dedicated to an owlbear, so I'm not even going close to that one. But I think it's on the ship we don't have to worry about, so nothing really to mind there. Repairs are well underway for all of your needed repairs, all of the ships. Anything else anybody would like to do?
Find Proximus.
Okay. So Proximus has found Honey, the one ship that isn't being repaired, still well in use, and in the galley there, Honey has provided the hair of the knoll, and Proximus has a bounty of carbs and proteins placed before him, as well as a tankard of water.
I was like, I got a bounty last night. Jeez.
Well, there's a
What
paper
did I
towel
do?
roll. There's a bounty paper towel roll just in case you happen to throw up. Yes, but Proximus and Kallista could be found in the galley.
We'll go find them, and assuming they are sitting, so I will scooch right in.
Oh,
Not in between.
like in between.
Not in between.
Leave room for the captain.
No, I'm
Also,
no,
kind of
no,
weird
no.
if they'd be sitting
Yeah.
like side by side in an otherwise empty galley of like treasure tables,
Right.
just craning their necks to look at each other.
I've seen that in restaurants, and I find it a little bizarre.
Oh, it's the worst. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't want to isolate anybody, but if you do that, you're a monster. I'll say it. Okay. Go ahead, Kaila.
You could have
How
told
are
me
you?
before. I took a drink. Jeez.
How are you feeling this morning?
Yeah. I feel like you just snuck up on me, and I did that in game too. I spilled water all over myself. I'm supposed to say I'm sorry for saying that Marcus was more fun than you, but I am sorry for that.
Can you do it with a little more feeling?
I am sorry. I know that I got way too drunk last night, and it was not meant to be. My intent was not to upset anyone.
It's
I'm
fine. I was
sorry.
only a little offended. I know he's more fun than I am.
I am feeling better now, but
That's good. I
Mhm.
really thought you were going to have a hard time.
it has been a long morning. Yes.
That's why I waited until now. Before we go any further with anything,
Yes.
as much as we are both dreading,
Hmm.
dreading might not be the right word, we need to do the spirit board to see if we can make it work.
Hmm. I think dreading is the exact right word. If you were to ask me, but yes, I agree. We should probably. I haven't used it yet, so.
There's a first for everything.
Hmm. Yes.
Okay, well, my ship is currently in dry dock with the back half of my captain quarters being worked on, so my place is out.
Oh, you want to do this right now?
Oh, yeah.
If you'd
Hmm.
like to use my quarters, you're welcome to.
See, that I can work with. I cannot work with orcs in and out of my ship.
Right.
You think you're sober enough up?
I mean, as sober as I'm going to be. I did ask if Kallista could be there, if that is okay. Is this something that we want to do with everyone?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Just making sure.
I don't have a problem with you, Kallista, being there. As long as you are an observer,
Yes,
not a participant.
I am there as backup and emotional support.
Okay.
To be fair, Scarlett, I am not sure if I will be as helpful to you as you think I might be. But
I am
Yeah.
going off of a hope and a dream.
yes,
I don't know what we're looking to get out of this other than maybe something. But it's a line I feel like we have to go and try. If it
just-
doesn't work, it doesn't work.
I don't know. He might not want to talk to me.
You might not want to talk to me either.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll grab it. We might as well do it. There's no time then.
Sometime like the present?
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. How are we gonna do this, Derek?
So,
Please do it carefully. Very fucking carefully.
That's why they've got. That's the other reason.
That's why the cleric's
cleric is there. We're gonna cross the veil a little bit, and so Callisto's like, "Thank the gods, you want me there." It was like, "Yes, I'm here for emotional support, but also as backup, just in case." We've already got devils. I don't need ghost
yeah.
weirdness. Thank you.
My in-home demon.
Right.
we're going to be just going to pull up rules on the spirit board, and we might modify them a little bit depending on what we're looking for. Because I believe it is third party, but still available through D&D Beyond, which is nice. I believe this is Griffin's saddlebag, if I remember correctly. No, this is actually this is DMG. This is official. Okay,
Nice.
so with the spirit board, it's supposed to be like a Ouija board. Has letters of the common alphabet printed on one side alongside the words yes and no, symbols representing wheel and woe. The board comes with a heart-shaped wooden planchette. Planchette must be resting on the lettered side of the board for the board's magic to function. It has 3 charges and regains 1 expended charge daily at dawn. While touching the planchette, you can take 1 minute to cast one of the spells, either augury or commune. Augury you can cast 3 times. That only costs 1 charge. Commune you can only cast once per day. So, the spell augury. You are going to receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a course of action you plan to take within typically the next 30 minutes. We can expand that out a little bit more. Essentially, that gives you wheel and woe, or indifference. So good and bad, or so that is maybe not exactly what you're looking for. For commune. You were going to contact a deity or divine proxy and ask up to 3 questions that can be answered with a yes or no. You must ask these questions before the spell ends. You receive a correct answer for each. Divine beings are not necessarily omniscient, so you may receive an unclear answer or one that is veiled, obscured, or even riddled. So that is that. If you're looking to do something other than that, we can play with it a little bit. But to start out, commune's probably what you're leaning towards.
Yes.
So, board set out. The 3 of you, I presume, put your hands on the planchette, your fingertips.
No, just 2 of us.
I'm
Callista's
in the back
Callista.
corner of the room, just watching very carefully.
Yeah. Hand on your holy symbol.
Pretty much.
Okay. I know the answer already, but I'm going to ask just so we're on the same page. Who are you wanting to commune with? Corvus Midnight. Let's start with 3 questions. What are 3 questions that you have for Corvus that he would be able to answer?
This is the part I probably should have been thinking of instead of having the anxiety of doing this. I'm so glad you find that funny,
Fucking
Michael.
nerd.
I was thinking the
Absolute
same
nerd.
thing. I was like, I really should have thought of this.
Is there hope for the Nalos? Is there hope for saving the Nalos? Maybe.
I guess we are going straight in.
Is there hope for saving the Nalos?
Oh, the music
The-
changed.
I know. The planchette that your fingertips are resting on begins to move of its own accord, moving in a way where you can see that the tenseness in your fingertips, it could not be driven by either of you. Although there is tenseness to the two of you, even the slight muscles, the tendons in your fingers strained, perhaps with anxiety or eagerness. You see the planchette begin to move ever so slightly towards the center and then veer sharply towards left, where you would find yes. Yes, there is hope for the Nalos.
Is there a way for them to be free?
The planchette begins to move slightly away from yes until it sharply cuts back and circles around yes, circling all the way in a spiral fashion towards the center of the E.
You know, Proximus, we banked on this being who we think it is. We didn't really make sure. Do you have anything to ask, or may I have the last question?
I don't really have a question. I only have statements.
Okay. If you are Corvus Midnight, how did you die?
The planchette moves away from yes. It hovers at the top of the board where there's mostly just ornate decoration. And ever so slightly, it begins to move to letters sitting just for a moment on those that it means to indicate. And it indicates E-U-L-A. Eula. And then it begins to move faster. S-H-E. She killed me. It wasn't you. I forgive you. I forgive both of you. Both of you give me an Arcana check.
I don't like that laughing. You have so many advantages, Michael.
Yeah, I'm gonna take an advantage.
That's a dirty 20.
I got
Use
a
another one.
4.
Use another
use
one.
another. I'll use another. Another. I have a -1 modifier, by the way, everyone.
God.
Okay, I'll take that one. So mark off 2 advantages off mine, and 16.
Scarlett, almost invisible, made of shade and almost smoke. Something that you might even clock a little bit as familiar to like that moment when Proximus exhibited such like anger and distrust and hate towards you, that smoke that he filled the room with. It's a hand made of that, and it reaches out, and you feel very cold as it places its hand atop yours. And Proximus, with your magic eye, you would be able to see this. Otherwise, I think it would be completely invisible to you. And Scarlett, you hear a voice in your ear, like it's right there, and it is Corvus's voice, and it says, "Don't worry, I will see you soon. I am glad that it wasn't you." Proximus, a voice is heard in your ear, but whereas you can see the hand, your eye doesn't grant you auditory abilities. And the whisper is just too faint. You know that there's a voice there. You maybe even catch it as being Corvus. You just can't. It's like he's too far away, even though the sound is right in your ear. It's muddled as if it were underwater or being like echoing down a hallway. It's too muddled. You can't make out what he says.
Brother, don't leave me again.
Scarlett's too stunned to talk. She was too stunned to speak.
And the planchette does not move.
Is that it? Is that everything? Is that all we get?
It is more than we deserve. And Proximus will back away and leave the board, walking out to the bow of the ship, and just walk out.
I will sit there for a second and then just take the edge of the board and flip it in frustration and leave.
Kallista, they made a mess in your room and then just left.
So sorry, I'm so sorry.
Dick
Fine.
move!
It's just important to play. I'm so sorry.
He understands. I will.
Did Kallista see the ghost magic?
Kallista, actually, I'm gonna say no. You weren't connected to the board in any way, shape, or form.
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't have any other like magical sight on, so no.
Good. I prefer that answer. It would have been so much worse if I had seen any of that. I think Proximus walks out, and I stay behind just because Scarlett was still there, and I was gonna wait a beat and ask her if she needed anything, and then she flipped it and she left. I was like, okay, cool. I'm absolved from this situation, and I will go out, and I will go to follow Proximus.
Kallista, you hear a voice in your head that goes, "Yeah, that's right. Go ahead and follow him. You're like a little puppy, Callie."
I could have handed you over to that Arian and been done with you.
And you didn't.
I can always go back.
Yeah, but you won't.
More timeout time in the bag of holding.
Yeah, I shove him in the bag of holding. I'm just like, I'm not dealing with this. So I stop and I put him in the bag of holding, and I will go up and follow Proximus, who's probably too distracted to notice.
Nah, when you get close, Proximus turns around and hugs you.
She just hugs you back. I think you're probably too distracted to notice that Kallista looks not super great right now, but I think as soon as you hug her, she's able to like fix that. So when you pull back away, you wouldn't see anything.
Hmm.
Do you want to talk? Do you just want to sit? Or do you want to drink? A drink. We're not repeating yesterday.
He just says, thank you. Thank you.
I don't know what to say. I'm sorry you have to do this.
No. You don't have to say anything. There is nothing that will really fix this. Sometimes it is just a person's presence that helps, you know?
Yeah.
And I appreciate your presence. And if I was to do this with anything or anyone, you and Scarlett are the ones that I am glad that we were able to share that experience with. Yeah.
She just hugs you again. We'll figure it out.
Yes. Yeah. Just kind of bury his head in your shoulder.
Standing on the deck of the ship, Paladin and Cleric embracing in a post-traumatic moment. Scarlett, where have you gone off to?
If my captain's quarters are emptied for the day, I will head there.
Yeah, at this point, we are getting later in the day. The captain's quarters being the priority. You walk into like that fresh smell of like cedar wood, that wood shaving smell, and your whereas once had open sunlight, your open concept captain's quarters has been enclosed, and on the back wall, stained glass has been placed in accordance with your prescribed design. If you'd like to reveal that now, you may. If you would like to save that for later, absolutely.
I'll save it for later. Pace a bit around. I'm sure there's like dust and whatnot from the ongoing repairs. But eventually it's just give up and sit. The way that I think we originally described the captain's quarters, there's like a bench seating in front of the stained glass.
Yeah.
would
At this point, it can be whatever you'd like. But previously, I
Yeah.
believe it was like a captain's table with a chair behind it, and then behind that was the stained glass, and then in front of that was your ward table and your shelves
Yeah.
on all sides and things like that. Yeah.
So I will sit on the bench seating, knees to chest, and just contemplate everything that's happened, which is quite a lot. And I don't think really given myself time to do that. Not in a productive way. Leaning up against the bench, though, I am reminded of the very heavy weight that I have been carrying for months now, thanks to Payman. And I would like to take the deck of many things out. And I would like to draw a card.
I have this very shiny, real deck, Wizards of the Coast. This has 60 cards in it. These cards are from the Deck of Many Things, as well as the Deck of Many More Things, the expansion to it. I've taken out some cards from that, cards that would be otherwise game-breaking or weird, or some of the cards that are like, hey, draw multiple ones, because I don't think those are particularly engaging or interesting in any significant way. The cards that I've tried to keep in these 60 are things like boosting stats, creating enemies, perhaps even creating a pit that you can drop into that will, I think it's something like 160 feet or something ridiculous like that.
I'd be
Which
fine
would
with
be
that
very
at this
interesting.
point.
Well, you are on your ship. I wouldn't recommend that. You just got your ship repaired. You don't need a hole that will sink it. I would like for you to pick a number between 1 and 60 while I shuffle this deck. And I will count through the deck, and we will figure out what that card is. As you pick a card.
Oh, lucky number, don't fail me now. I'm going to go with 23.
23.
I'm so sweaty. I just want everyone to know that I'm so sweaty.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. This is the undead card. I believe this is Deck of Many More. It is Deck of Many More. Somewhere on the material plane, a revenant rises. This revenant blames you for its existence and relentlessly hunts you to exact its revenge. The revenant exists until either 1 year passes, the revenant kills you, or you use a wish spell to banish it permanently to the afterlife. Scarlett, a chill runs through you to your bones, as you know that somewhere, clawing its way out of the perhaps dirt, briny depths, or from the bowels of some horrific creature, some being of undeath has marked you.
Just add it to the list.
I will keep this card out of the deck.
Thanks.
I think that's good as time as any to end our session. Thank you all for joining us for another session of Horizons Call. Thank you to this wonderful cast. Thank you for you in the audience for joining us. We will probably take next week off. We will probably take a couple weeks off here. So we're going to have a little bit of off and on. I think we might only have 1 or 2 episodes left before we take another break. So keep an eye on our socials and our Discord as to when those episodes are going to be playing. But yeah, we've got some real life stuff popping up, and you might even see some of these lovely folks on other channels here in the near future. So keep an eye out for all that stuff and more. I'm going to have these lovely folks say more about themselves and where you can find more of them here. So let's go ahead and go around and do that. Mare, if you don't mind starting us out.
Hey, I'm Mare. You can find me on all applicable social media, Archmage of Dice. I'm not doing anything right now except this, so that's all I got.
Fair enough. I'm sure there will be more in the near future for that. I do want to extend a special thank you to Mare, to Eva, to Kayla for often doing some really great production work on this show as well as on this channel. So a very special thank you to all of them. And Eva, you were up next.
Hi, hello. It's me, Eva. Man, what a wild crew. You can find me here almost all the time. I never leave. I am chained to my desk. Don't call for help. It's just how I am. You can find me here Saturdays, sometimes Sunday mornings. Often behind the scenes. And I don't know, just doing all the things. You can technically find me on BlueSky, but I don't know why you would want to. I don't do anything but repost over there at the moment. I am a recluse at this point.
Fantastic. Yeah, we still post your. We repost our own stuff. I'm also a recluse on my socials, personal socials, but we're the Sword and Keys. You can find us there. Okay, next up we have Mikyl.
Hey fam, I'm Mikyl. Trauma. You can find me at Mikyl Sandoval, MIKYLSANDOVAL, on Instagram and BlueSky. I do some art there. I am venturing out to another channel, channel friend Dax's channel. I will be next week playing Jenn Scrotta, the clone, of course, because that's, I mean, you can probably see it in the back. I don't know if you can see it, but I have some clone trooper helmets there. So I'm going to be wearing a bucket next week on Dax's channel, playing a clone. And come check us out, because that's going to be fun. And my first time off the channel. So, yeah. That's what I'm working on.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. Very excited for you. Very excited for you to wear a bucket. Thank you. Special thank you to Mikyl, as always, for the incredible artwork that you see on stream, as well as in all of our promotional materials. Mikyl does incredible work. I am glad that you are branching out a little bit to a fantastic channel like Dax's. Next up, we have Kayla.
Hi, hello, I'm Kayla. I am a Sword and Key exclusive and have been your Siren, Storm Sorcerer, Scarlett Shores. And the only thing I am consumed by is my own guilt and stress over my wedding in 35 days.
Hopefully the real life thing's a little bit more than the make believe thing, which will probably be fine. Probably, who knows? Me.
If this is how I go out.
It's gonna be great. No, you're way too high level for a Revan at this point. I'll have to beef him up a little bit.
No, you don't have to do that.
I mean, I might.
You don't have,
Not
you
if
don't have to
it's
do that.
one that she
Right.
recognizes.
You don't have to worry about this right now. I mean, who has Scarlett even killed? I mean, does she even remember anyone?
What?
List is long, Derek.
Oh, what?
Next
I
up
hate
we have
that statement.
I think the worst thing is for a Revan to be like, I've hunted you for a year. I finally found you. Your life is mine. She's like, who the fuck are you? I'm Random Pirate 23. Don't you remember? You Eldritch blasted me into oblivion.
Oops.
I'm sorry. Jen, you are. I thought I said that, but I must not have.
You're good. Hey, I'm Jenn. I'm Lozelda in places. I'm streaming so much Silk Song, so be ready for that. I also make dice. I'm Long Dog Dice. I put up a bunch of new stuff yesterday. Go check it out. Maybe buy some stuff. Or don't. I'm not your mom. Whatever. But if you do buy stuff, it'll be very pretty, and your table deserves it. And yep, that's all I've got. I'm gonna just be thinking about this for the next couple of weeks.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be fine.
I wouldn't worry about it.
We could have ended on such like a nice little moment, and instead we got that.
You know what? Yeah, we could have, and we didn't, and
Could've.
that's okay. That's perfect. Okay. So, with that said, thank you all again for joining us. Again, my name is Derek Sword, use he and pronouns. I am the sword half of Sword and Key. You can find all of Sword and Key stuff at beacons.ai/Sword and Key. You can find all of our links in one neat, nice place on beacons.ai/Sword and Key. I'll just say it again till you memorize it. You can find our Twitch link up at the top. If you're watching this live, go ahead and give us a follow if you haven't already. It's much appreciated. You can find links to our socials. It's Instagram, BlueSky. We also have Discord. If you're not there already, come hang out. It's going to be great. That's also where we post our applications first. There is an application out right now. It is posted to our socials as well as our Discord. And it's posted to Beacons as well. It is a game of Monster Hearts 2 being run by Angela, Phoenix 24 Femme. Fantastic jam. So check that out if you've ever wanted to play Monster Hearts 2 or ever want to play in a game on this channel, especially if the Venn diagram is a solid circle. For other stuff on Beacons, you can see links to our charitable organizations. We do also have links to our Pally. Pally is a tool that this game in particular uses, including a couple of others, to tip our players because this channel does not yet break even. So if you have a couple extra bucks sitting around, you want to spice things up, please consider tipping our cast and crew, all of whom are these lovely people you see before you. For other things, you can see our affiliate links. We have a number of great affiliates like Eldritch Foundry. They make custom minis. No matter how weird and wild or normal and mild your TTRPG character might be, you can make a mini for them. Use code Sword and Key for 10% off your first purchase. You can also use code Sword and Key for 10% off your first purchase with Long Dog Dice. Wonderful Jenn from Long Dog Dice is an incredible craftsperson and makes beautiful dice sets, including the official Horizons Call dice that have the Sword and Key logo on them that you can pre-order a set of for yourself. And as Jenn mentioned at the top of the show, a number of fantastic dice sets have also been added to the store, so you are guaranteed to find your perfect dice set. And just in case it's really close but not exactly perfect, send just a message. Fill out one of those custom order forms. Do yourself a favor and get your perfect set of dice. For other affiliates, we're also affiliates with Hit Point Press, makers of Humblewood and the Griffin Saddlebag books and Islands of Sina Una. They have plush, they have music licenses, they have graphic novels, they have tons and tons of stuff, VTT stuff, as well as the TTRPG books and accessories. So check them out. Use our affiliate link if you do. For everything else on Beacons, you can see links to our YouTube, pretty much all the other superfluous stuff. But there is also the podcast Monster Crush. There's links to Monster Crush. It's a podcast I do with my friend LD. We are about to return. We'll have our next episode out hopefully on the 14th. I'll have a special guest joining me because LD is a little busy this month and real life stuff comes first. But I am excited. I'm not going to make the announcement for who is joining me just yet, but it is a familiar face, I guess in this case, a familiar voice. But Monster Crush is about cryptid creatures, miscellaneous monsters from myth, and how smoochable they are. So if you love monsters or love monsters, you should check that out wherever podcasts are found. Yeah, let's dive into the calendar real quick here. So tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time, Mikyl will be back with Anik playing You're in Space and Everything's Fucked Part 2. And after that, at 3 p.m. Pacific time, we have our next Sword and Tea, where I'll be sitting down to talk about Tactics Memoriam with Julie. Very much looking forward to that. On Tuesday, the 9th at 7 p.m. Pacific time, we have our next Gate Night. It's where LD Shadow and I play Baldur's Gate 3, the only video game currently streamed here on Sword and Key. After the 9th, we'll be taking a couple of weeks off from that, so catch us while you can. We're still in Act 3 and probably will be for the rest of our natural lives. On the 13th, we'll be taking off from Horizons Call. On the 14th, however, we do have a couple of really great things. At 10 a.m. Pacific time, we have a game of Puppy Roll called Fetch Quest. It is a game for my birthday. My birthday is not the 14th, but it's relatively close, so we're going to count it. It's going to be a charity game raising money for Canine Companions for Independence. We are all going to be playing our dogs. I will be joined by Kaila, Mikyl, and Jenn playing our particular dogs, as well as Shadow playing her cat, and Eva has been wonderful enough to GM for us, so I'm really looking forward to that. Again, there'll be the next episode release of Monster Crush, and then after that at 3 p.m. Pacific time, we hope to have a special pre-recorded Sword and Tea with Megan Cross, for the game Homecoming, which is currently available as part of a 3-part game Kickstarter. So check out Megan Lynn FTW, Megan Lynn for the win, social media to see all the posts about that and support that Kickstarter before it closes. I think in just like 20-ish days. So get in quick. On the 19th, that's Friday, we do have movie nights on ours. So we have Sword and Key movie nights on our Discord. They're free. All you gotta do is just be part of the Discord. We're doing a full movie day because again, it's the week of my birthday, and I have to make everything about me. We're gonna be doing a full day marathon of the extended edition Lord of the Rings movies back to back to back. I will be at work. Eva is wonderful enough to operate the film projector on that one. So if you are at work and can have your phone or computer up in the background, feel free to pull up the Lord of the Rings trilogy extended editions. I believe it's something like 12 hours of actual movie, so it'll be a lot. And then on the 20th, we'll be back with another Sword and Tea with Tales from Myriad with creator Carson Daniel. And more stuff after that. So keep an eye out on our calendar. Our Discord will have all of our events. It also has links to our Google Calendar. So lots of great stuff to check out. Like I said, October is probably going to be a little more quiet around here, although I do think we still have some great things lined up. And then our next big charity push is going to be in December for Project Hope. Cool. Tonight we're going to be rating Nerds with Dice. So go over there, spread some positivity. In the meantime, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. We hope to see you sooner rather than later. And until next time, fair winds and following seas, brave mariners.